Okay. Here we go. Folks, are you ready for another episode of Westside Tyler Live? Can I get some slugs in chat? We're waking up, we're getting pepped, we're rocking. We are, in fact, rolling as well. Folks, it's August 19th. It's Tuesday. I have no idea what's going to happen when I hit the on button and what my camera's going to look like. Are you ready for technical difficulties in another episode of Westside Tyler Live? Oh, Void Tyler, even better. This actually kind of slaps. Folks, welcome to another episode of Westside Tyler Live. My name is Tyler Bell, reporting to you live from the Void in Lexington, Kentucky on this August 19th, 2025. It is a Tuesday. We are hanging out. We are having a good time. Got a good show coming up for you today. We're going to be trying to speed run mini segments. A new thing I'm trying to do. Dude, this fucking blackhead or whatever the fuck, it's on the side of my cheek, is driving me crazy. Get off there. Get off of there. It won't go away. God damn it. It won't go away. But try to stay a little bit more focused. Moving into, I'm getting ready. I think by October, version 2 of the stream will be getting ready to start, right? Pretty much once I have a little fucking here to do that month. But once that's done, I think it's going to be rock and roll time. Folks, show coming up today, a series of things that we're going to be talking about. Bad Empanada. Disavow Bad Empanada. Bad Empanada. That's going to be a fun segment. H3, also getting ready to change the way that they're doing things. Dad calling out Idubbbz, the creator dad, not my father, or me, as some of you have decided to take upon yourselves to call me. And Destiny doing death threats, but also Hassan doing death threats. Death threats to everybody from everybody. Your favorite creator in that sphere. It's not as serious when they do it, but that other guy, oh boy. Our glorious, for the lulz, our glorious meme versus their dead serious death threat. This and more today on Westside Tyler Live. Welcome back, as always, to the program. I gotta start doing calls to action more often and keeping this thing a little bit more organized. I gotta start like, hey, Tyler, if you're not taking fucking 7 months off to work on your house, maybe you should actually start treating this thing like a job, even if it isn't, so that it feels a little bit more professional. So we're going to try to keep it a little bit more clipped, keep discussion times to discussion times, revelation times to revelation times, and start clicking along at a bit more of a pace. To that end, I can't remember what the fuck I was going to say. Oh yeah, calls to action. Don't forget, this is Westside Tyler Live. Like and subscribe. There's 109 of you watching. Have 109 of you hit that like button, please. Hit the like button. Don't forget, you guys got to be out there. Be the street team. If you like this program and you want to see it grow, obviously you can always donate. You can help that treat meter get to 100, and we'll give the rabbit a tasty little treat. He eats no matter what. His food is over there. He does not subsist on yogurt chips. He would be dead. But if we get the treat meter to 100, you get to see Sweet Cheeks have a little sweet treat. All right, we get the bunny cam light turns on and all of that good stuff. It might even be, I'll get to that later. Also, but the best way to support the stream really is to share bits, clips, segments, chunks everywhere. Right now, we found out President Sunday has somewhere in the ballpark of like 4 fucking alt accounts, right? But one of his main ones, this Vortigaunt thing or whatever the fuck, he literally just name searches me every day on Reddit and shares random clips. It doesn't matter where. People are like, what the fuck? He'll go to places where his arguments don't matter, and everyone goes like, what? That's actually everything that Tyler said there is fuck cool and based. Whatever the fuck. You got to get out there and start sharing some shit. It's the best way to spread the word about stuff. Get out to communities, spam my shit, bother people on Reddit. I don't care. They're Redditors, okay? They have no rights. And if they like the content, they'll freak out and start sharing it anyway. They're not to be respected. So go ahead, take stuff, clips, anything. It doesn't matter what community. If you're trying to make them mad, if you're trying to get them to agree with me, I have no allegiances. I have no true enemies. Okay, with the notable few exceptions, but like I don't care if you share it in H3H3 Productions, in Hasanabi, in fucking r/Destiny, or in a series of other subreddits I've never heard of and will never fucking visit, because I have no idea how that fucking program works, and I don't care, but I don't fuck with it. Twitter, Reddit, get out there, be the street team. If you want to see this community spread, if you want more people here in chat to talk to, the best thing you can do is get out there and spread the word. Clips, links, anything you want. You can share shit that makes me look bad. I don't give a fuck. No press is bad press. However, you got to cycle that shit up. Say like, yeah, fucking get out there. I really appreciate it. Don't forget to go check out the new video. It's really small. It sucks when you make a hit piece that you can't take a side on, because I kind of fucking just smash everybody. So no one's like, oh yeah, finally someone has a good opinion on this person, because just literally everybody fucking gets a piece of it. But check out Shut Up, I'm Helping, Enabling Abuse Through Celebrity Parasocialism, the new video essay on the video essay channel, Eastside Tyler. If you like the music, Southside Tyler. There's a Cardinal Directions naming convention that we're just doing it, okay? It just is what it is. Southside Tyler for all the music, or most of the music. Not all of it's up on there yet, but there's like 50 plus songs, so most of the things that you've heard are up there. It's just a low priority to get the songs put out and then uploaded. So check that out whenever you get a second. But yeah, like, share, all that good stuff. Go to westsidefairytales.com. westsidefairytales.com for more information about me, and if you want merch, if you want a Gorpo sticker, you want a signed book, one of my novels, all that stuff is over there. Check it out. Don't forget to like, don't forget to subscribe, and share the content. With all that said, take it from my hands. I'm already sharing your tulpas to my friend because they're both funny and sometimes very thoughtful. Sometimes. Can we play both sides so we always come out on top? Yes. So you're playing both sides? Yeah, D. So what I'm doing is I'm playing both sides so I always come out on top. Facial hair, does Sam know? Oh, she knows. I gave her a little show peck on the cheek, so she's actually probably been irritated with it, but didn't want to say anything to me. This lighting and stuff makes it look way fucking worse, but yeah, I didn't shave today. Is your freshman XXL on Southside? No, but I have some stuff written. Is Northside Tyler going to be a camping channel? Absolutely not. Vortigern sounds like an interdimensional jaw problems. It's Vortigaunt, which I think are things from... I can't remember. Is that Half-Life or maybe Hitchhiker's Guide to the Galaxy? I don't know. Something that I'm not into. But either way. Can I still make fun of you? Yeah, but here's the thing, sketchy. You've got to start actually being funny. That's the hard. That's the rough part. You're unfunny. You're lucky you're a blue name in the Discord, or you would have been banned for not being funny. All right, you gotta reduce your overall quantity and increase your quality of jokes, or you might actually get fucking booted for your own safety. You can't be fucking trying to work out your tight five every hour for months, okay? Via text. You got to funny only. Don't tell a joke in response to this. I'll ban you on principle. Motherfucker. Oh my god. Okay, let's get into some segments. I want to get to this Dad vs. Idubbbz thing, okay? I really just want to hop into this one because I was thinking about this yesterday. Oh god, I gave myself the worst fucking blister yesterday. I don't know if you guys could see that right there in the middle of my hand, right? I keep doing yard work stuff with tools that I don't normally use, and so they give me like friction burn. This is through a glove, by the way. They give me fucking friction burns because I have to move the tool in ways I'm not used to. So I was hand sod busting. What do you call that? Hand tilling. A bunch of dirt on my property. My property. I don't know what to say because it's not a yard anymore because we fucking we took the grass out. We took the grass off of our lawn, right? Because grass is bullshit. It's fucking stupid. we're putting a path in, so I've got to grade. If you don't know what that word is, grading. I've got to grade the ground to flatten it so that the path is not sloped to the side. To do that, I had to break up all the dirt because it's full of like aeons of fucking roots and shit to prevent soil erosion, you know, that kind of deal. But it trust me, I'm gonna fix the erosion problem as well, so that we can flatten it, right? Because it was like this, and now it's all busted up like that. And to do it, I used a hand. I think it's actually technically an aerator. It's not really a plow, but it's a till. I tilled it, right? And I have to twist it, and it fucking just ripped my hand up. That doesn't hurt, right? It might if I actually burst it, because I still have thick ass fucking calluses on my hand. It's actually very surprising that there is like, what the fuck else touches that part of your fucking hand? You can see these ones up here. That's a blister. That doesn't penetrate even the like 30th layer or the third layer of fucking callus, much less down to like the 20th. This one's like the one from the other day. That's just dunzo. You know, nice soft hands. These fucking mitts of mine. And it's my left hand too, which is obviously it's my non-dominant hand, so it just got fucking obliterated. But goddamn, god dingy dong damn. Why does my pinky bend that way? Did it what? Did it break? Which one? I mean, I've broken probably every finger I have. They haven't been like serious compound fractures, but all my hands have been smashed. My hands have been smashed up like fucking nuts. Oh gosh, did you see that? Vortigons are from Half-Life. There you go. I high-fived you through the screen right now. Profoundly based. My son be dodging by having Ben of Ben and Jerry's on his stream. I know somebody was complaining about that. They said, I don't know. I can't keep up track. Get hydrocolloid bandages, either raw or with acrylic film, to cover that shit good. I don't do that. I ignore it for like 3 days and then it heals. It just gets fucking, it falls off. On the hand you burned. I don't know. Don't know if I broke that one. I mean, probably something. I fucked my hands up so much. I've been working my whole life. It's impossible to remember. It's not like one moment sticks out more than another. Honestly, it's probably from fucking punching somebody or missing somebody when I was trying to punching them and hitting someone with my pinky. Okay. So, Dad is a guy on the internet. Dad, whose his YouTube goes by is Nathan. I know him from old YouTube, and you might too if you've been around a bit. He's the guy that did wacky dances, like with his flipping his arm and stuff, and it would be like 70 different scenes, and he's doing the same dance, and he edited it together, and it looks cool. He's that guy. If you've been watching my show for a while, he's my favorite Creator Clash boxer ever. I think he's the best YouTube boxer aside from Salt Poppy I've seen, which is like, and the skill gap between them and like your average is crazy, because if you don't know, it's one of those things where it's like I'm not a professional boxer, I'm not even an amateur boxer, but like I know how it works, you know. Like if you saw somebody talking about chess and then they just started like flipping pieces off the board and they were playing with like 7 rooks and shit, like, are you be making up your own rules? And they're like, no, this is chess. This guy's doing very good. He's got 8 rooks. Every time he moves a piece, he gets another rook. You're like, what? Okay, that's you're clearly looking at something completely different than me. And so when it comes to like Creator Clash or really celebrity boxing, I mean, obviously the best celebrity boxers probably the 2 Paul brothers. With due respect to my absolute lack of deeper knowledge on all of the people that maybe have engaged in this stuff. But usually what you see is some people talk mad shit. A lot of people get in really good shape and it's a chance to have their shirts off for the crowd type deal. And then when they start fighting, it is stiff. It is awkward. They have gas tanks that are 20 maybe seconds long. I don't even want to go up to 30, maybe 20 seconds worth of gas in their tank, and then they collapse. Dad is not built like that. I think somebody was talking, I think we're going to see in the video that Idubbbz maybe was talking shit about Dad, which is crazy, because they're saying something like he has no technique and a really high gas tank. And I of the two boxing fights I've seen him do, the first one was a TKO on, I think it was almost a standing knockout because he fucked the guy up so bad. And then the second one was him trying to speed run AB for the cameras. AB actually from H3H3 Productions, and he didn't need technique because he was just trying to, as a lightweight, hit AB hard enough to knock him out, which is hard. So what you were really seeing was somebody doing like high impact swing test, right? He was doing like the punching machine on AB over and over and over again, which you don't really get to see the technique come out. If the other person can't really throw a punch, and you're just trying to end the fight via knockout or mercy TKO, basically, you don't really get to see the skill stand out. But Nathan, also known as Dad, has not in any way, shape, or form said he doesn't want to box anymore. He seems like he's about it. I think he has a Hajime no Ippo tattoo, which is a pretty serious amount of dedication. And he seemed to really like it when I saw it, and he was really pissed when Idubbbz busted fucking Creator Clash 3. Now, I'm surprised anybody had any hope at all for that sport. You can tell a lot of those guys are influencers and not like, maybe they don't follow some of the like basics of how fight cards are put together, because if I was on that fight card and I saw no advertising for it at all, and the major announcements for it were coming out around a drama video 3 months before fight time, I would have been like, oh, this is doomed. I mean, I would have done it a year out. I would have been like, this is fucking dunzo. Like, are we partnered with anybody? And is there a promotional circuit? No. Who's the biggest name on the card? Okay, you have to say a name. I hear you saying words that sound like names, but if that, no. Fuck, Jesus Christ. The epic mealtime guy, how old is he? 80? He's 6'8". Okay, there's a lot of 6'8" people that could take a punch, all right? But we need one that, like, we need something good. We need some good shit. It was a doomed fighting promotion from the start. But fucking Dad seemed about it. And he really wanted to get on it, and was really disappointed in Idubbbz and the rest of them when that pulled out. Politics aside, I respect that. I'm not on his side, basically, probably relative to the H3H3 Idubbbz drama overall. But as far as Idubbbz tanking Creator Clash, my heart goes out to Dad, because that sucks, especially if he was training for it. It seems that I think it's KSI. But really, it's the Keemstar-verse version of fighting, which I think is Mayhem. They'll say it in this. I can't remember, but it's where you get to see even wackier fights. Like fucking, I think that's where Sam Hyde fought another tall fat guy, and I think that's where Boogie got strapped into his pants. But that might have been Creator Clash too. It's kind of hard to keep them separate. But the other one is still going, and it's going strong because it is more of a professional organization. Most of the people I think that organize in boxing happen to be more right-wingish and more acclimated to dealing with people that would be in the like drama sphere. So more than likely, they actually got connected with some people that are really good at organizing. And maybe they got to talk to some people who could put their egos aside for a few seconds in order to organize something correctly, I guess. And so Nathan has taken the extra step, Dad has taken the extra step to say, hey, Ian, if you want to make good on fucking up Creator Clash, you should come and fight me. Which I'm going to tell you right now, and we'll watch the video, could kill Idubbbz. It could kill Idubbbz, possibly. I'm not 100% sure, but I will say, even without watching this or seeing a guaranteed response from Idubbbz, that if Idubbbz doesn't take this, Idubbbz is a pussy. Everything that Idubbbz stands for is defunct. He does not care about Palestine. He does not care about leftism. He does not care about standing 10 toes down on his issues, because he's refusing to pay the piper. A real man who gives a shit about this shit would get in shape, and even if you're going to lose, you have to take your ass whooping, okay? I talk a lot of shit about fighting and wanting to fight people. If I have to lose to somebody because someone's like, oh, yeah, would you go fight, I don't know, something stupid. Somebody would kick the shit. Duplessis, all right? I don't know why Duplessis. If you're like you have to go fight Drickus Duplessis because you talk too much shit, I'm like, okay, you just have to pull me out of there before he fucking pops a can of spinach and the Popeye theme starts playing. I guarantee you I could get one insanely good hit on Drickus Duplessis. I know he's top level. And then I would die immediately afterwards. It would be pink, and then his head would stretch like rubber, and and I would spend the next 5 minutes, because it's the UFC, getting maybe 4.5, getting fucking like juggled over the top of the fucking ring in a big cartoonish circle before I got kicked out and landed in a big comical trash can that said libs only or some shit. Drickus Duplessis, man. You know what? It is what it is. I don't care that he lost to Kazmat or whatever the fuck. Okay? We take your son. 3 years, Kazakhstan. Not Kazakhstan, is it? What is it? Dagestan. We take your son. 3 years, Dagestan. We take your son. 3 years, Dagestan. He come back. He is fighter. If you don't know that meme, you're like, Tyler, what was that accent? Shut up, okay? I'm talking to UFC people. Know your fucking place in this conversation, random internet lefty. I'm so fucking excited for this. I want to see this super bad, okay? Idubbbz, you have to fight. You have to fight Dad, pussy. Do it. Do it or you don't care about Palestine. I'm dead serious. You do not care about Palestine. You do not care about having said the N-word all those years. You still stand 10 toes down on racism and homophobia as far as I'm concerned. No apology counts if you don't fight Dad. None of it does. You're still a racist and shit. You're just a fucking, you're just, your balls have crept up into your cavity. Get out there and take your fucking licks. And if you're man enough, maybe get in shape and fucking deliver some, okay? You get out there and win. I'll be on your side. I will cheer for you while you're getting your fucking ass kicked. But you have to fight him. You have to fight Dad. You have to. You have to. It is like, there's no reason for you to be on my side. I can't take two fucking pussies, okay, being in that same video. I mean, really, every single fucking person has backed down from a fight that was in that fucking Idubbbz video against Ethan Klein at this point. Except for maybe Noah Samson. I don't know. Noah Samson seems like he's out there scrapping still. Like, he stood his ground. Fucking Denham's back down from suing. Fucking Hassan didn't fight fucking Sam Hyde. I don't know. Shonda Black didn't fight me in the comment section. Whatever the fuck. I don't know if maybe Frogan's up to something. She's up to some nonsense. If Idubbbz backs out of this, there's no coming back. There is no, you have to get out there and die. Even. I don't think you will. It's a fucking lightweight match. You both weigh. You guys could float to the ground if you grabbed a piece of fucking plywood and jumped off the 6th story of a building. Yes, I do know people in carpentry. You're not going to knock each other out. You can't hit each other hard enough to kill each other. Not really. Especially if you're not pros, right? Like, Oscar De La Hoya is a bad motherfucker, right? But, like, even, all of his fights, getting knockouts, brain damage-inducing fucking Parkinson's smash-ups are, like, not super common, all right? You're not a fucking heavyweight. Get out there and fucking get your fucking eyebrow cut. Oh, maybe. I don't think I've seen a single bleed in Creator Clash. Like, you'll be fine. Just go fight Dad. I want to see it so bad. Okay, let me get here. Okay, this is.
Hey, real quick, I have a new mark.
Okay.
Yeah,
Thank you.
I would consider that, Elijah. It's one of those things where I'm not running. I don't plan on ever running a boxing event again. So, if there is an opportunity to box in the future, just only worrying about fucking myself would be great,
Oh boy. Do I have good news for you, Ian? Because I know for a fact that Misfits would love to have Creator Clash boxers boxing on a Misfits card.
I was saying mayhem earlier. I meant to say misfits. Okay, misfits boxing. All right, that's where you can see. Hold on, I'm gonna run this through it. Misfits boxing bouts. Tapology. What the fuck is it? Misfits boxing 21 results. 21? Oh, that's fucking tremendous. Okay. Misfits boxing is through 21 cards. Tremendous. I think they started after Creator Clash. So CZ was on 3. Misfits is on 21. That's actually stellar. That's a good promotion. Okay, based. I think they have real boxers too. Some of these people actually look like athletic to some degree. Darren Till defeats Darren Stewart via unanimous decision. Ty Mitchell defeats Idris Virgo. Hank Tolman. There's definitely. Fox the G defeats Waleed Sharks versus unanimous. Yeah, a lot of these are decisions. 4th round TKO. Jordan Banjo defeats Will Anderson. Survivor tag match? What the fuck? I was like shocked when I was reading this. Godson Uma versus Tempo Arts versus Big Tobes versus Curtis Pritchard. Survivor tag match? Oh, it's wacky, dude. Oh, yes. Unanimous decision in favor of Tempo Arts. Oh my god, this is so stupid. I love it. No, yeah. Oh, what the fuck? Okay, main event was MMA veterans Darren Till and Darren Stewart meeting a cruiserweight contest. Till headlines a Misfits boxing event for second straight time after defeating Anthony Taylor. And of course, Misfits, with all due respect, ain't got shit on, Backyard Brawls. The best fucking boxing shit. I can never remember what the fuck it's called, but it's the best boxing card on earth because it's just people that if you really want to fight someone online, like, you can go to the, whatever it is, Backyard Brawls, it's just basically an evolution of whatever the fuck. You remember when Kimbo Slice used to punch guys' fucking eyes out of their socket? I'm talking everybody here is like, Tyler, your little story about Hassan being a bad boy speaks to, like, my heart. Do you know what I mean? On this side is like as a soft boy. Now, all those people are just like, what? What? Kimbo Slice? What does this mean? Once upon a time, there was a black dude with the craziest name and the most aggressive build you've ever seen. He was built the way MC Ride screams is the only way. If you guys have ever heard Death Grips, Jack! Jack! That yell is what fucking Kimbo Slice was built as. And it was like bum fights in a backyard in like Florida or some shit. And all of the people that would be in these fights were like random guys that they found. And then they found Kimbo Slice, who was like a fucking 250 heavyweight with a big ass, like, I don't know, Mansa Musa fucking beard. He looked like he was supposed to be carved out of a fucking rock that they found in like Sumeria or some shit. Like, who the fuck is this guy? I don't know. He's either a king or a demon. And that was Kimbo Slice. Kimbo Slice was one of the most passed around videos for dudes my age back in the day. Because you'd be like, oh shit, is there another Kimbo Slice video? Like, who is that guy? And he fucking fought, and he could actually box, first off. Not like he was like pro, but he could actually fucking box, which is scary. If it's a guy that size and he holds his hands right, it's like, oh, fuck me. And he punched a guy one time, and the guy's fucking eye came a little out of his socket. Kimbo Slice, son. God damn it. If we can get back to that era, that would be great. But they have Backyard Brawls or whatever the fuck. Somebody might have already said it. Somebody may have already said it right there. I don't know. But, like, that shit is the same, right? You have some people who show up dressed. There's one black dude that fights dressed up as the guy, the boxer dude, Balrog, I think it is, from Street Fighter 2, who himself, I think, is a reference to, what's his name? I can never, Eugene something? He always talks like this. Oh, would you like a sweetie? Say, I'm a warrior. I can't be touched. Maybe I could be beaten, but I will get up again. That guy is the coolest dude ever. Sorry, I like a lot of boxing stuff. I'm not a fucking pro. Don't start referencing, archaic matches and shit, but like, I appreciate a gazelle punch here and there. You know what I mean? If you, on the rare occasion you see one. If you want to see a gazelle punch, watch shit like Misfits. There's probably people trying to throw wackadoo fucking throws from Hajime no Ippo all the time. It's fun. I want to see Idubbbz in these crazy ass fucking fights. I think it's good. I think you can stack real cards on top. Real good, like we need to put these pro-ams on. Real good pro-ams onto cards with a bunch of fucking hootie-hoo internet beef fights, right? I think that's cool as shit. And I think it should be normalized calling people out, because if you could start getting like pressure from this, we could finally have the fucking Worski Tonkasaw fight. Make him put 20K in and fine him if he doesn't show up. You know what I mean? Balrog is M. Bison in Japan. You mean Dudley? Dudley, yeah, Dudley the pugilist. Yeah. From the thing. Okay, but either way, let's watch this.
Talking them for months. And apparently, there's going to be a US card with a lot of Creator Clash boxers on it. I've personally been putting Creator Clash boxers in touch with Misfits. I've been sending DMs, group DMs, forwarded messages, forwarding emails to Misfits from all the Creator Clash people who want to box, who wasted their time training and didn't get to do it after you put out your stupid video, myself included. So if you'd like me to help you get in contact with Misfits, I would love to help another former Creator Clash boxer get a fight. And the fight I think you should have would be against me on Misfits. Since
I agree, dude. I want to see that so bad. See, like, Idubbbz is, with all due respect, like, he's a little cut up. He's aggressive for, like, you know, a fucking YouTube fucking twink, I guess is the only actual thing you could say. I don't know how to describe that body type, because it's not otter. And I remember, I think he fought Dr. Mike. I was listening to a little bit about this yesterday. I can't remember the fight other than, like, thinking, you're actually wasting your time not just punching his own fucking face, his own fucking hands into his guard. He's fun to watch. He's a good, ooh, this guy's gonna get his ass kicked. Like, it's good entertainment, right? You could get out there. I'm gonna get my fucking ass beat for Palestine, right? Hey, you guys, we'll match, you know, $2,000 for every fucking punch I survive. Dude, oh my God. Somebody said this to Dad. Dad, this is the pitch, okay? Every strong punch that connects on the card, your people, whoever, will donate $1,000 to UNRWA, right? The United Nations Relief Workers Association. I can't remember. But the people that are helping feed Palestinians right now. Every solid connected punch on the card, scored positively by the judges for the final card, you give $1,000. $1,000. And that could be crazy. You could get up to $200K. I think that if you get H3H3 and Keemstar, Leafy? I don't fucking know. I feel like if you guys get a pool together, you could make that happen. $1,000 for every solid punch that you connect to Idubbbz. And Idubbbz has to donate, and his parties, whatever, $1,000 for every, whatever, solid punch that he connects on you, which, you know, you might have to lower your guard and take a couple hits just so that it seems like good faith. I think that could be crazy. You have Keemstar or whatever on the side, just like, you start shoe shining him. Dude, getting shoe shine for Palestine. Shoe shining. Idubbbz shoe shined for Palestine. Come the fuck on. Dad, reach out to me. I will make a t-shirt design for you. For free. Shoe shined for Palestine. Oh my God. Shoe shining in boxing is when you up the card, right? You get a bunch of punches. Usually in the end, you can see what's his name? That Irish fuck. Tyson Fury. Tyson Fury is one of the most recent people I've seen do it. Not like no one else does, but it's you go pop 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 like that. You hit him like you're shining a shoe, right? Pop 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 pop. Each one of those connected hits, I guess that wouldn't count. What's any connected hit, right? Is like a hit, right, on the card, which is basically you're kind of cheating the score, but it still does hurt. You know what I mean? You're not going to get shoe shined by Tyson Fury and just be like, yeah, I feel it. I feel fine. That shit would be tremendous. Shoe shined for Palestine. Come the fuck on, bro. Put it in a thumbnail. Oh my God.
Already talking to them, and you just said on your stream that you would consider boxing on Misfits. Who better to box than Dad? Because you and I are the same height and the same weight, and we got pretty much the same experience. So I think it would be an amazing...
That's a lie. That's a crazy thing to say.
Fight. Then you could get a paycheck, you could promote a charity, you could do whatever you want. And I could get retribution for wasting my time training for 8 months straight for absolutely nothing.
Yes.
I haven't boxed or trained or worked out in about 3 months. So I'd be pretty much starting from scratch, much like you, I'm guessing. So if you want to do it, let me know, post it on the internet, get in touch with Misfits. I've already talked to them and sent them a message about this. I think it would be huge. I think a lot of people would love to see Dad versus Idubbbz on Misfits. The creator clash. I think it would be fun.
Dude.
It would be a way to put everything behind us, put all the creator clash drama to bed, finally, with a good old-fashioned slugfest. And remember, I'm not very good at boxing, according to you and your wife, which I was told by other boxers during Creator Clash 1. I'm just all energy, all gas, no skill. I mean, I don't think I'm a very good boxer. I do think you're a better technical boxer. I can't disagree with you there. But I do know I have drive and motivation, and I would...
That's kind of crazy to me. I gotta see. Hold on. Okay, I'm gonna let him finish, and then I need to watch.
Love to do this.
I gotta watch
Please,
Idubbbz.
Let me know what you think.
Fight.
Somehow, somewhere. I think the internet in the world would love to see it. Dad versus Idubbbz. What do you say? Let me know. Thanks for watching. Goodbye.
When did Nathan Barnett become Dad? This is new to me. He started as that and then became Nathan Barnett. I knew him as Dad forever ago. I'm talking 2010. You know what I mean? Like 15 fucking years. He's always had that sort of like crazy wispy hair on top, and he was just like, that was a different thing. And now he's Nathan Barnett, which I is new to me as of seeing all these things. I think he fought underneath the name Dad in Creator Clash 1. Okay, hold on. I've gotta let me look this up real quick. I just gotta see Idubbbz fighting. Idubbbz fight CC Dr. Mike. Idubbbz versus Alex Wasabi 2 years ago. Both of the thumbnails are just Idubbbz being rocked. Just fucking rocked, dude. Oh my God, bro. Okay, I've got to see this. Maybe he's mad good. He could be mad good. He could be mad good.
And now,
I'll tell you right now, I can't box at all. I just like know some shit about it. I can throw a punch, but like, I studied the sacred art of micmap. You don't want to mess with me in town. I'm a micmap tan belt. Tell your friends how dangerous I am. I want that to spread. I gotta figure out a way to sneak that into people's hit pieces on me so that other Marines will hear it and fucking die laughing. They're like, he also said that he's a he's a psycho killer. And just cut to me and be like, yeah, I could take someone out. I could crush your fucking skull, okay? I could crush someone's fucking skull. I'm a micmap tan belt. Can't even say it. Please, if you ever want to start shitposting me, be like, yeah, you should watch out. Tyler's really dangerous. He's a micmap tan belt. You spell that M-C-M-A-P. Micmap tan belt. Just remember that phrase. It's all you need to remember. Can't see the screen? Oh, shit. I'll bring it up in a second. MCMAP is MCMAP, Marine Corps Martial Arts Program. Dan Belt's the first rank that you get in boot camp. Oh my God. He's not the evolution of dance guy, right? No. Hello, Adrian Young.
You've all been waiting for, to all the fans in attendance and to everyone watching around the world, live from Emily Arena in Tampa, Florida. This match is about to explode.
Let's get to... Does this one go the distance, or they just have a lot of fucking intro to it?
Yeah, Alex looks so focused right now. Look on his eyes.
Dude, please. Okay, I'm gonna tell you this right now. Whatever that fucking, it's not deep Scotland. Whatever this guy's accent is, that like mix of like whatever it is, North Country, whatever that is. That's the best fucking boxing announcer voice. Side voice. I love that voice for sports announcing, especially combat sports announcing. That it's such a good accent for it in Anglophone. If I can have a three voices I can hear, right? Just whatever fucking color comment, just not Joe Rogan. Whatever this is coming out. He's very on it. He's very on it. Of course, they're both warriors. Of course, they're both warriors. He's on it. High guard. They're going in. Not much of a guard stank on him, but he's a warrior about it. He's taking the hits. He's getting back up. Whatever that is, dude. That accent is top tier. Rare fucking British Islander fucking shout out. I love that fucking accent for combat sports. It's so good. That, whatever color commentary person is going to have to be some fucking American, right? Just, you know what? Just dry as fuck. Point counting American newscaster nondescript accent, all right? The NAAVE accent, the non-African American vernacular English accent. And in the background, right behind it, because I won't be able to understand them anyway, Spanish announcer from Mexico. Mexican, maybe Cuban, whatever. If Cuban, crazy. Announcing. Oh, mame. Just high speed, because I just love it. You can hear them talking, and then whoop, they fucking hit that peak. You've not been excited about sports until you've just been listening to the vibe of Spanish sports announcing. Okay, this is not a revelation for most people, but it's tremendous. That's a good mix. That's my ideal.
Round one. Both guys center of the ring. Alex starts out with that double jab.
Yeah, that's good. I love that. I don't know. What is it? Bob Costas was talking like that or whatever. Is it Bob Costas? I might be mixing up my sports. But it was back then, you know, you have this. This is how people used to announce baseball. That's very good. You don't talk. No one talks like this. No one sounds like this in real life. But when you get it out there, I think what it is if you know anything about audio, right? Audio is a pain in the ass. Most radio voices that sound like this, I'm sorry for this digression, they sound like that because old radios just pulled in from the sides. Like, they were really high pass, low pass, very tight into the center. Because the midtones is where most of the voice lives, obviously. It's what you can hear in the middle of it is a big chunk. But also, like, if there's anything else happening, those midtones get filled up and you'll actually wash in. And you'll either cover it up or you'll either cover it up or it'll cover you up. And so if you want to get above that, if you just push your voice up a little bit and you start talking both out of your nose, but also really down low. So I'm talking like this, but I'm also pushing it up into my nose. So I'm actually speaking outside of the middle register. You can't quite hear it. But if you saw the way that my voice is modulating and you were looking into it in EQ, you'd see that I'm actually kind of spreading out everything that I'm saying, so that if you're on bad speakers or good speakers, you can actually hear it much more easily. Even though it sounds weird, it's a great way to interact with the microphone and also be expressive while not peaking out. Any dynamic mics or maybe condenser mics you're using that might have a little bit of fluctuation because your sound guy doesn't know how a fucking compressor or limiter works. You know, it's a good like this transatlantic accent. It's not the accent The transatlantic accent is more this like almost sort of, it's like British, you know, you talk like a British person doing received pronunciation. But instead you got a little bit of Atlantic in there. So, you, hey there, old sport. And you talk a little bit like this, but you don't have to necessarily make it all nasally. You can talk transatlantic down here. You know what I mean? You say, hey there, gal. That's like, there's a lot of register to it. But the transatlantic on the radio is because old radio peaked at like 3,600 hertz or some shit, and then just falls the fuck off, just like this, womp on an EQ, and it has no bass whatsoever. So if you talk a little bit lower like this, it's going to hear like a little bit like that. So you're going to lose all of the depth of your voice, and you'll sound muddy. Kind of hard to explain without just running through an EQ, which I'm not going to do all that. So you got to get that nice median tone. Okay, I'm gonna go here.
Ian trying to paw out that lead hand. Can't hesitate. Alex overthrows the right hand, puts himself in a bad position, but regains his composure.
Yeah, they're both feeling each other out right now.
Lead hook right hand from Alex Wasabi. And he looks.
I don't know what this is. I don't know what this is. I don't know enough about boxing, so somebody could probably explain it to me. But there's a thing I've noticed for amateur boxers being pushed into these like these pro-am celeb fight freak show competition type deals where there is this jab technique that they use. I don't know why they do it. I don't know if it's like a psychological thing or if they're teaching it to them. I don't know. I don't know enough about teaching people boxing. I don't know anything about it, okay? But it's like I watch boxing and I never see this. And then when I watch amateur stuff, I see everybody doing this thing. You're like in a pro, like I know testing, you know, you can check distance type deal, but like you'll see this a bunch. It's with these like half-cocked arms type deal. It's difficult to describe, but I've said it, and now look at the screen. Tell me if you notice it. It's a rarity to run across in other places, and then I look at this and it's like, oh, okay, yeah, we're doing this again. Okay, what the fuck is happening? Like, I don't quite understand it.
It's comfortable in there, Tony.
He definitely does. He's relaxed.
Charlie, you saw Idubbbz last year.
Idubbbz really doesn't want to get hit.
Yeah, he's looking a lot better this year.
The crowd is lively. They want to
See, like, what is this? What is happening here? Is this just like a full panic thing? I don't get it. He just keeps tap, tap, pop, tap, tap, pop. I mean, I can get it like a feint and stuff. I see it happen to the point where I feel like it's they're telling them to do that, and this isn't a mistake. Like he is doing his training, which is just like ha 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 ha. And I've seen other boxers do it too that are in these specific types of fights, and I wonder if it's like the same trainer doing it or what. It's just so confusing because like the thing is, and you know, I'm not a boxer, I could not know, but I will tell you, I've been in fights. And I've had to do like fight training in other ways, and dude, fucking putting your arm out is tiring. So like, you only have so much endurance for a boxing match, an MMA match, and stuff. And like when you start putting your arm out, like you can do it right now, just like literally while you're driving or something, just hold your arm up, and it'll start getting tired on you, especially if you're not fucking conditioned. So like, think if you start throwing like play jabs, but like you're not pushing in and anything, like you're just gonna be tiring yourself out. Like you don't need to throw punches that aren't gonna hit, unless you're doing like you gotta. There's some intentionality to like fighting, right? Which, because you want to, I don't know, you want to punch the other person and you want to have enough energy to hit them hard enough that they maybe like fall down or don't like they get scared. It's basics, you know. But like it feels like someone is teaching these guys this specific double tap pseudo jab that doesn't touch people. Like I don't know what the hell is happening, but I keep seeing it, and I'm asking literally like, what in the fuck am I looking at? Do not tell me like, well, that's called a jab, and what he's doing is called a 1-2. Like, okay, I get the jab jab punch, jab jab punch. I get that, but like he's doing it to the air. Do you know, while walking like backwards or at the middle distance. It's just very strange to me. I don't know why the hell it keeps happening.
The twist, those shots over once again.
That's what they were saying.
Clearly, heard it clearly here myself. And the jab to the body from Alex. Look into that check hook.
Nice footwork from Ian though. He stepped back lovely. And Alex has got good footwork too. Yeah, he's been patient, both of them all. This is 4 3-minute rounds. Every other fight's been 2-minute rounds. This is the first 3-minute round fight.
Oh, overhand left hook, right hand from Alex, and he turns the angle. Again, ready to strike. Always is Alex Wasabi.
Yeah, I'm impressed with Alex's speed.
Oh, right hand from the and Alex flurries, flips the guard, goes uppercut.
Ian's fighting out of it.
But Ian is there, guys. He is there, and he's remaining composed, Tony. That's what you like to see.
Coach told me never throw a weak jab. I mean, dude, yeah, don't. You don't know it if you've never been in a boxing fight. If you've never been in a fight, you only have so many punches to throw. It's weird to think about it, but you got to consider this. It's not like a fighting video game, right? There's only so many punches you can throw. There's only so many steps you can take in a fight before you either get fucked up or you guys both gas out. You know what I mean? Or the bell rings to end that fucking thing. So you got to use them well. I don't know. And I guess maybe some of these guys just don't have like fight sense or whatever. I don't know what it is. Like that's the thing. I want a boxer to tell me what the fuck I'm seeing. This isn't me like, oh, fucking, in my expert opinion, it's just confusing. What the fuck is happening? There's so many, like, Idubbbz is clearly got a really weak fucking guard side here on the right. Like, it always does. It comes out, it feels very 2D. Like, it's crazy. That's a weird thing to me, that how 2D these boxing fights feel between these guys, which is nuts. Because, I mean, like, when I was in schoolyard fights, do you know what I mean? As, like, a kid, and we would, like, circle each other, but these guys do just step in and step out, right? It feels like there is a camera for a video game while following them somewhere where I can't see it.
He definitely is. And one thing I was impressed with Ian last year against Dr. Mike was how tough he was. He took some big shots from Dr. Mike. He's a tough guy, got a big heart, and really wants it.
Not only did he take big shots from Dr. Mike, but something we have to also put in here is that Ian did that at 185 pounds and lasted all 5 rounds we went last year. His gas tank is going to hold up here.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, he's getting some hits now.
Nice double triple.
Oh, Jesus, backed out of that one.
Right hand, uppercut.
Oh, flurry. Oh, God, bro. Oh. Bro, what the fuck is this guy's name? Alex Wasabi? Holy fuck, bro. Wasabi knows what's up.
Jab there from Alex Wasabi. Right hand, uppercut.
Look at him moving. Look at the fucking... His punches are good. The punches are good. Watch his fucking legs. Watch the good fucking leg man. That's what's actually fucking me up. This dude... I know. Who the fuck... You are fighting out of your fucking... You are on the wrong part of the food chain to be in this ring. Holy shit. Watch this dude's legs.
Yeah.
He's got him. Like, those aren't nothing. Boom, 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 boom. Fuck off, bro. Bro, that was a really good combo. That was a really good combo. He was throwing fucking dimes onto him, bro. Holy shit. He was flicking it. Oh my God. Bro, those were coming off the fucking hip. That had to be a bad few seconds for Idubbbz right there. Those were pretty good. I can't tell if they were good hits from the camera angle. They looked pretty solid. Even Super Punch-Out played out in 3 dimensions. It's true, right? That dude was jumping up on the fucking rings and shit, kicking you, spitting in your face.
Nice jab again from Alex.
Yeah, we'll like to see Ian move on his feet a little bit.
Bald bull.
Oh, left hook, right
Boom,
hand.
boom.
Stumbling a little bit.
Ian's getting caught with some big shots here early, and the legs are already a little wobbly here, Tony.
Definitely looked like there was after that right hand from Alex.
And now you're seeing Alex showboat a little bit. Look at the feints, throwing the arms out everywhere.
He looks so comfortable in there right now.
Oh, nice jab.
Bro, okay, I can't watch anymore. That's a fucking murder. No way. No way. I haven't seen that one. I think I saw the Dr. Mike one. Bro. I wouldn't want to fight that Alex Wasabi guy. That guy would fucking probably piece me up. That's solid. He was kind of he might have been playing back a little bit. I don't know. I don't know what to say on top of that. fucking, I want to see the fight. That's what I'll say. I want to see the fight. If Dad is not technically skilled compared to Idubbbz, which is not my recollection, Dad can flick punches. Like, that's like one of the first things. Like, can you flick the punch out? Can you like snap a punch? Right? Some people, you punch and it's like this like thing, but can you like get your whole fucking body in there? Like, can you stand that loose that people do when they see boxers do it? It's part of like punching the right way. It's like letting your fucking the top of your body go so that it follows your hips and you can actually fucking hit somebody with a snap, whack, and get your fucking arm back. Basic stuff. I've seen a lot of people go in that boxing ring, in these Creator Clash things, and it's like, okay, yeah, I mean, you're hitting somebody as hard as you can, which is like not at an impressive level of hard, but you're like, you're push punching and shit, right? That, yeah, you see someone and they finally got a connection and they're like, oh, dude, I need to leave that here. Push on this guy's face. And that's kind of what I felt like with Idubbbz. Idubbbz' hand stayed forward a lot. Was that crazy to think that? Like, he's like, yeah, he cut it out, bro. Very interesting. But then, like, dude, yeah, that fucking Alex Wasabi guy was fucking snapping him in, man. Pop, 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 pop. That shit probably had a good noise on it. I don't know. I couldn't hear. I don't know how well the mic was, the ring was mic'd, but either way. And then when I saw Dad fight, yeah, the second one, he was not really snapping it in. That I remember him hitting Ida or AB, but he was throwing like, I don't know, like crooked ass underhook haymakers because AB was just like he wasn't boxing it. He was so covered up that it's like, okay, probably in a real match, we might be like pushing for TKO because like you're not really defending yourself anymore. We don't know yet. But like you can't do like boxing really because the dude's not fighting you. So like trying to snap in punches and do like, feints and combos and all that stuff, that like the things that like actually look cool to people that like boxing, things that I think look cool at least. Like you can't do any of that if the guy's just like, not even shelled. He's just like fucking, he's weathering to the end of the fight after the 10th second of the round, You can't really see somebody fight well. But in that first one, fucking Dad came out against whoever the fuck he was fighting and treated that dude like a fucking test dummy in Street Fighter that you practice. Like he looked like he was fucking having input combo practice on the guy. And his movement was good. His intensity was good. I think that Wasabi guy, and if they're the same height, weight, and Dad wouldn't mind, I think the pretty clear age difference. Not that's not rude. It's like if it's past 10 years, like you could really get hurt. But if he's not, then fuck it. That would be a pretty good fight. The one thing I've seen with Dad, even though he was fighting under his skill level opponents, that doesn't really matter. Because he does one of the most important things, which is he holds pocket, right? He gets in there and sticks. Like, I don't know, he might have even, Dad, if you watch this, have you done like tire drills or like tied your fucking ankle to someone else? That's the thing that you really see that shows me like these guys aren't like, it's something that I would see in real life. Like this dude doesn't want to fight or like he's scared of getting hit. And you can't fight being scared of getting hit. You have to go in there like literally that same vibe that one British boxer, like, I'm a warrior. If I get knocked out, then I get knocked out. It's simple as that. You have to go in with that like plan of not only am I not afraid of getting hit, I fucking dare you to hit me, and I dare you to find out how ineffective your punches are against me, even if you are throwing fucking shotguns and I'm fighting old fucking, what's his name? Shotgun Tommy? I can't remember. The guy fucking fought that weird ass fucking low punching style. Either way, a lot of the Creator Clash people, Idubbbz is especially guilty of this, and just that thing. And we're talking about technical boxing. Like, okay, I guess maybe if you know a few different punch combos or something, that's cute. If you can work a bag, that's nice. What I've seen Dad do is he gets in toe-to-toe, which is literally a thing. You've heard, like, I'm going to stand toe-to-toe with this guy. That's real. Like, your toes are there. If you've never been in a real fight, you push up on somebody and they're not ready for you. Like, I don't think you're allowed to do it in boxing, but somewhere, I don't know, a person that looks like me getting into fights back in the early 2010s, I'll push in, step on someone's foot and fucking, clobbering time because it's hard for them to stand up if you're not watching your fucking feet and stuff. But you actually get in there real deep. I mean, if you're fucking boxing or fighting really in general, it's really common for your toes to be past the other person's. Not like the whole time, but like to be there, right? Toe to toe, like literally touching. It's hard not to step on the other person, especially if your footwork's good enough. I mean, especially if you don't know, you can get an advantage from that because it's hard to fucking move your foot if someone steps on it. And you get in. These guys back up. Like you can see Idubbbz kind of running away from the zone. He's out of the pocket. He's out of the area, which means that every punch he's throwing is a waste of time. Because if he's not using it to sprint in, you know, if he's not ducking in, if he's not feinting, if he's not getting a guy used to a pattern, they're going around it, whatever the fight. It's basic shit. All right. I'm not a pro, but that's like, you know, it's why you watch this shit. If you're going to enjoy it, you know some of the basics. Okay, I'm not just blind observing this as a fan. And if you see somebody doing stuff like that, you're like, oh, this motherfucker is scared shitless. And you don't want to see no one wants to watch a boxer that's scared shitless of getting hit. Except for if they want to see them get their ass kicked for fucking up a fight card, which I think I'm down for, you know. And he was really outside the pocket. He wanted to get his punches in. He wanted to look good, but when it came time to like get in there, I guess is the thing with kind of a lot of lefties these days, and stand in that pocket and actually deliver, take hits. You got to get punched in the stomach. You got to be able to get punched in the face and just let it slide off. You know what I mean? Like, oh fuck, all right, cool, whatever. Because like you stack hits. If you're afraid of getting hit because you think like the guy's gonna get lucky and get a knockout, then you're going to lose. You're gonna bleed chips. It's like fucking, you know, I want to play poker and, you know, I'm never gonna go in unless I'm 100% confident. You're folding every time he backs up like that. He's folding. But I don't know. If Idubbbz was telling somebody that he's a more technical boxer than Dad, that's a crazy statement. I don't know. I feel like that's got to be put to the test. I need to see that. I have to see that. I want to get in the fucking ring, bitch. I need to know, baby. I need to know. God damn. End of segment. Okay. I'll talk to chat. Based Bean super chatted $2. Thanks for saying Worcester correctly in the new vid. You're welcome. I got most of them right. Should ICE deport Destiny for topping off a Mexican, Nick Fuentes? ICE should deport Destiny for the lulz. That's... Cuban Americans with weird Anglo accents just start getting snatched off the streets of Miami. They're like, nah, you're too weird. Just getting booted. Bye. That's all you need. That's all you need, baby. Dad's 9 years older than Idubbbz, I think. Oh, fuck you. That's fine. That's how people get knocked out because they think jump roping is gay or something. Jump roping is so hard. My partner's older brother laughed and said it was gay that NFL players do ballet, gymnastics, or yoga a lot of the time. It's always like, yeah, it's the straightest guy who's like a fucking fat slob who's never done anything. It's a little gay. If I was in a fight, I'd just see red. You know? that old classic. Like, hey, bro, what if the other guy sees red too? No one else can see red but me. It's my magic power. Regretting I never bet money against Idubbbz. I mean, dude. It seems like Tyler would beat me because he's bigger, but I'm actually a very technical fighter, so I think I'd win. Dude, you have to be really technical. Like, if you're at the same level, people just really don't get it. Like the size, how much size helps you. Now, if you're like, you don't have any fucking skill in fighting, obviously, like size isn't going to get you very far. But I saw somebody putting up, they're like, yeah, what about Brock Lesnar? Prime Brock Lesnar versus fucking Money Mike Floyd. Prime Money Mike Floyd. And they're like, dude, Money Mike Floyd's got him. Like, Floyd fights Philly Shell against fucking what? Welterweights or some shit? What the fuck? Hold on. Is he a lightweight? Floyd Mayweather weight class. Okay, what did he fight at? Super featherweight. Oh, God. 88. Lightweight, super lightweight, welter. Light middleweight was the heaviest he got. That's when he fought Oscar De La Hoya, Miguel Cotto, Canelo Alvarez, and Conor McGregor. All right. He won the WBA, WBC, and Ring Magazine world titles at 154 pounds. That ain't shit. Okay. Let's see. Brock Lesnar. Title weight. Brock Lesnar. Build weight for Brock Lesnar. Brock Lesnar weighs 20 pounds-ish more than me. 286, and he's pure muscle at his build weight, right? 286 is a lot. 20 pounds of muscle is an insane amount of muscle difference. Muscle is way smaller than fat. So you're like, wait, you think 20 pounds and stuff, like you could lose that? Man. Like, no, dude, that he was cut at 286 is insane. And I think he was bigger than that in the WWE. A 135 pound difference is insurmountable if the other person knows how to at least throw a punch and has a gas tank at all. If they're muscle, like Brock Lesnar, you're done. Floyd Mayweather fought Philly Shell, right? He was like the master of it. That's his like family's thing, which is this like thing, right? It's a counter puncher, like da-da-da-da. You have to be able to take hits, right? Which he does. He always looks bad in the first couple rounds or whatever. The other person tires themselves out and then they get in. But the thing is Brock Lesnar's also, how tall is this motherfucker? 6'3", slightly shorter than me. The reach that you have as a 6'3" person versus whatever, let's say Floyd Mayweather reach. Oh, shit. He was 5'8". He had a 72-inch wingspan, right? I can't even remember what the fuck mine is. It's way longer. I think mine's in the 90s. Hold on. So yeah, I haven't had it really that really like measured. But yeah, he's 5'8". So he's, I mean, like a little under a foot shorter and a whole person lighter than Brock Lesnar. Lesnar doesn't. When you get up to the heavyweight fighter styles, once you pass like 200 pounds, like fighting changes completely, because like the body is still the same. Like it's the same kind of bones, the same kind of muscles and shit. But the amount of force that can get delivered and put behind a punch is just so fucking high that you can just bypass types of defenses. Do you know what I mean? Like, oh yeah, somebody can Philly Shell at, if they're like 265, right? Maybe. But like, you're like this and he is towering over you. He'll punch you from going to the top down. Like, with the additional force of a whole other person. Like you're fighting two people. If you're 155, he's got a whole 135% extra behind it. And like people just don't get it. Like if you're a really good unfathomably good boxer, like okay, maybe, right? And that person has no boxing experience, sure. But like when it comes down to it, if you're under 200 pounds and stuff, it's hard to get the damage to people's bodies that can build a body that you'll be encountering when that person's 250. 50 pounds of bone and muscle. It's a lot of weight. It's an insane amount of weight. Lift 50 pounds. And now imagine how much energy can come out of that 50 pounds. Like I've seen people do tests and shit where they're like, yeah, I mean, that little guy fucking hits hard as shit. He's a fucking professional fighter. But like, let me do it. And then like the big guy hitting the little guy, he's like fucking, he starts flying across the room on a snap punch, like plop. It's insane. That's why they have weight classes. And there's no amount of skill that crosses them. Like, that's why when people talk about the best, you have to say, and then pound for pound, or in their weight class or some shit. Because when it comes down to it, there's nobody in a weight class under fucking, like, a Muhammad Ali or a Mike Tyson that could come fucking ballpark, especially when it's prime. Do you know what I mean? Because the size differences are insurmountable when it gets past 20, 30, 40 pounds. It's got to be skill, like, that's given by God. It's nuts. It's nuts how much damage you can do. Fat people got deadly hands if they got technique. Because it's just, you hit harder. It's a bigger risk. Blocking doesn't do as much. If you don't have the fucking arm to hold back, the additional 50 pounds of pressure from the punch, it goes through. You punch people through their guard. I've done it. People have been blocking against me. I punched them in their fucking head with their hand. Punching their fucking hand. Like, sorry, dude. You know what I mean? Like, this is still just bone and shit. If you don't have a good guard and someone just punches you, like, it's just like, it's probably maybe slightly better, but it's still fucking plop, fucking punch them through their fucking guard. What are you doing? Plop, It's nuts. I don't know why people make those arguments. Okay, I gotta move on. Damn it, I clicked off of it. Oh yeah, I wanted to cover this real quick. H3H3 Productions is some sort of show on the internet for now. H3H3 Productions is the flagship production company behind Hee Entertainment. Once upon a time, made videos by Ethan Klein and the like, and the H3H3 podcast. One of the internet's most notoriously mid to bad podcasts that's ever existed. It's a hard listen on the best day. And of course, since the tragic events of October 7th, 2023, they have undergone what we'll call a bit of a downswing, to say the least. H3H3 is run by Ethan Klein. Ethan Klein had a show called H3 Leftovers with Hassan Piker, which was also somewhat of an unlistenable slog between two people that don't have great chemistry. That fell apart after October 7th, 2023. And like all of Hassan's former relationships turned into a ongoing hot, cold war between his community and their community. And if you get anywhere near the center of it, it's anti-fan hell. Pretty much everybody on every side of it's kind of a fucking loser. It's really hard to take sides. Because it's like anybody that's winning is winning usually for that week, and you still have to fucking eat like a full teaspoon of cringe to even agree with them on that. Why did I take that drink and just burp in the middle of it? I can't even remember where the fuck I was. You know what? I'm starting from zero. I'm restarting. I don't care. I can do that. H3H3 Productions is a web development and video creation enterprise on the internet. I don't know. H3H3 Productions, the flagship program of Ethan Klein and his wife Ela, is very well known. It needs not much of an introduction, but we'll give it a little bit of a backstory for what we're talking about today. H3H3, since October 7th, 2023, has undergone a metamorphosis in the negative. They were a fun, lighthearted, drama-heavy bunch of ding-dongs, morons, buffoons, but generally harmless in my opinion. Locale content for locale people. It was okay. It was out there. I could not watch it. Usually, if you came across any H3H3 Productions content, it was in the form of some 5 to 8 minute clip with Ethan saying something ridiculous. And that's it. The H3 Leftovers podcast was a run by Ethan Klein and Hassan Piker of the Hasanabi fucking industrial clip complex. Creation, right? To basically combine Ethan's guy at a bus station politics and Hassan's socialism for fashion's sake politics into a mix that was essentially styrofoam and gasoline. And it caught fire after October 7th because everybody in both fucking communities on both sides are a bunch of cunts. They have some of the worst audiences on earth. And the ongoing Cold War since then is now approaching the end of its second year, with Hassan Piker being not necessarily the clear victor, but definitely the historical better half of the fight overall. It has basically destroyed Ethan Klein's already somewhat dubious reputation online. He was at least sometimes entertaining, I think was really the case before October 7th. And now, even some of his most stalwart fans seem to be fading to the point where, and I'm not just guessing at that, H3 is saying, like, we need to reconstitute how we approach stuff. 10 or 15 years ago, when there were programs like this, right, and, you know, the before the SJW, early SJW era, it was really frowned upon to bring internet politics to the real world. And usually that's what that was. It was like politics are cringe kind of thing. It was a Gen X standpoint, which has not lasted. Right-wingers turned the fucking internet into a culture war that is eternally bubbling and never ending. You cannot do anything or look at anything online without some right-wing, usually bot-feeling account, some fucking bot account, complaining about women or minorities or browns of some sort interfering with the thing that you're trying to look at. I mean, you can't look at a campfire without someone saying, like, Joe Biden's America. So it was ruined by right-wingers forever ago. They blame the left. That's completely bullshit. They're the ones that made a bunch of money. They're the ones that permitted fucking Ben Shapiro to do the fucking own videos. And I think H3H3 comes from the era where it was like, hey, don't do politics IRL, right? It was also before the first Trump administration and well before the second Trump administration. And as Trump has taken over America and things have turned into what can only be described as Nazi adjacent, if not an outright fucking slow descent into Nazism in my country, it's really hard to give a fuck about real world consequences happening to internet people, especially because 15 years ago, an internet millionaire was like a novelty. Nowadays, they're everywhere, and every single one of them can fucking die of colon cancer. They're just the worst fucking people. They suck. They are miserable, right? It's racists, it's exploiters, it's scammers, it's dipshits, morons, seat sniffers. You name it. They're the worst. And now, if you give a political opinion online, people will attack you full bore wherever they can get at you because people are losing their fucking minds. And I am not remotely concerned about or even want to say that that's a bad thing, because really people got along for way too long on the internet, not having any of the repercussions for talking about politics or even just other people that you would have everywhere else on earth. And it gave me no benefit. It did not benefit my country. And so I don't care to support your desire to return to a sense of like anonymity and safety, saying anything that comes to your fucking mind. Why in the fuck is it so loud? With all that said, H3H3 Productions has been kind of collapsing under the weight of having extremely incorrect and at times genocidal political opinions, and also being supported by people who amount to essentially drug addicts, pedophiles, and sociopathic fucking Nazis, defending them on Maine, and they have started suing people left and right. They've been doing doxing and shit, which I don't give a fuck about, but like it's a standpoint that they have that it shouldn't happen really unless they decide to do it. And the entry to the final point of political hypocrisy in these spheres has begun, and now no one can kind of get away from it. H3 passed the fucking Rubicon of not being a political content creator for forever ago, but now their brand is indelibly tied to the podcasts or to the politics of the podcast host, because they've allied themselves with expedient political friends in order to fight small wars, but those friends don't go away, and they actually do start to slowly but surely replace your audience. So, whereas H3H3's audience at some point might have been, time wasters, old fans, a fan base that was built up well over a decade, now they're facing the elimination of a lot of that fan base because the content that they want is just not there, which is just a reality for anybody that makes content online. If you switch your game up, the people that were there for the old game might leave because they might not be there for you. They might be there for the content. And that's been replaced by people like Destiny, Dan Saltman, Lonerbox, Hutch, who are bad content machines, right? Destiny has a fan base who mostly just wants to hang out and watch him be mean to people, which is fine for them, but it doesn't cross well into other communities, right? It's a one-way street usually if you bring DGG into your audience, especially uncritically like that. Dan Saltman's a DGG supporter. Lonerbox is crazy boring, and most of his content is about being mad at Hassan, being mad at Bad Empanada, and doing genocide apologia. Hutch is a literal worm. And once you get sucked into one of these political pseudospheres, you have to be constantly on their side about stuff. Even if you're not being pro-Destiny, you have to be anti-Hassan in the Destiny direction, or you risk pissing off politically expedient communities or politically minded communities like this. Band of Banana is a similar thing on the other side of this gulf between Hassan and H3H3 Productions. So it's not like a one side is better than the other side thing. It's just, if you go into political content, you have an entire different set of responsibilities and repercussions for violating those responsibilities that these people just don't want to accept. And you don't get to go back is really the thing, unless you just destroy your entire brand and start somewhere else. I think some people are actually fucking finding out, because I have seen some of the more vocal people. I won't name names because I'll let them flee, because better not drag them in, because less voices is better. Some people from earlier in these spheres essentially like bailing because, you got to get out. But then these guys are like, I want to have my cake and eat it too. But you can't do that. Your whole existence, once you invite the like, hey, help me out here from these small communities, is you have to be completely allegiant to whatever the fuck it is they're talking about at the time. That is what happens when it gets into politics. It's destroying the H3H3 sphere. It's not doing as much damage to the fucking Hassan sphere because they were already in that and of that when it started. They were all completely political. And it's doing untold damage to commentary. The commentary community is probably permanently annihilated in some point. It's not like it's going to disappear completely, but it has changed the geography of what commentary is permanently. And I said that was going to happen over a year ago. You guys can't talk about politics and then come back. The rules are different. So what, if I talk about politics, I can get my name said out loud on a stream? Yes. So what, if I start talking about politics and people start calling me up to threaten me to kill me and stuff, that's just like normal? Yes, it happens to everybody. Every single person that talks about politics gets death threats. They get their personal lives revealed and unveiled. And it's not only normal, it's good, because you shouldn't be a secret person to talk about the fucking political systems that controls people's lives. You are not talking about CWCville anymore. You are not talking about, hey, let's do a retrospective on this cringe leftist. He's got some stupid political opinions, but really, he's cringe for being cringe. Oh, okay, there you go. Stick with that. But once you start trying to talk about the political aspects of it, there is no out. People don't forget. While you consider it content, politics is, to some people, in certain contexts, life and death. And they will not and don't need to. It's actually their First Amendment right to not fucking treat your commentary on it as though you are going to be permitted to just say something and leave and then go away forever. They will haunt you. They will talk about whatever the fuck it is they want to talk about, and fucking maybe lie about you or whatever for the rest of your life. That's just what politics is. Okay, we're still calling fucking Barack Obama a Kenyan. Did you think that when you entered those spheres that called him a Kenyan and an un-American person for to this day, for after decades of that shit, Did you think that you were going to just like hang out in these spheres, collect a buck and then walk away? Like, no, you're here now. You don't get to come. It's not multi-directional. Now you are a political channel, whether you like it or not. And that one political take will be returned to forever. It's why once you start talking about politics, you got to be on it. Give people too much to think about. On that note, H3H3 has fucking weirded out their audience. Not like, I know everything about it. I'm going based on what they were talking about. And I was listening to them talk about it yesterday. So they are reconstructing the podcast, essentially, or the H3 Productions. I think you're going to see a lot of people doing this, not necessarily for political reasons or because of the Hassan Sphere, H3H3 stuff. YouTube also is changing up its content cycle. YouTube has heard the people, and YouTube knows that slop is bad. Now, slop is also starting to become, untenable as a money-making thing. Doesn't mean it's going to go away overnight, but there's already been things handed down that says unoriginal content, things like clips and stuff being shared are not going to be able to be monetized pretty soon. So a lot of that content's going to get taken out of the cycle. It's going to stop being made. Now, if you're like, what, those are your content because it's clips from your show, possibly. But, I hear a lot from people that they're like, I don't like the clips. I don't want to see this, And other people are like, yeah, I would rather I like the clips, but also I like your edited videos better. And I think YouTube is hearing that, and they're going to reprioritize whose clips and whose clip channels and whose reconstituted, reused content from things like Twitch and other spheres is going to be permitted. And I think you're not going to see it go away, but you're going to see a stratification where things like, Charlie, Penguinzo, and Hassan, and probably even the H3H3 Productions type things are going to get all the love, and everyone in the middle is going to be treated like everyone at the bottom, and it's going to get like completely blown out in the middle. So H3H3 has announced that they're going back to making some edited videos. They're going down to 2, I think they said, live streams per week soon-ish. Now, I don't know if they're going to stick to that, and I don't know 100% what all the real reasons are, but this does come off the heels of, and I'm going to cover this in a different segment, some death threats that have been given to new death threats that have been given to Hila via Hassan, okay? And we'll talk about the veracity, whatever, with all that shit soon. It's death threat season on the internet with major creators. It's very, very funny to me. And I guess we'll see if someone actually gets hurt. I don't think it's going to happen, but if it does, we'll see, I guess. So anyway, onto this. This is from the H3H3 Productions subreddit. I was reading this earlier. I think it's probably a pretty decent comment, or at least I remember it, from someone that's in the fan base, kind of confused. So what's going on exactly? It's from 9 hours ago. I know this ain't the first time bringing this up. I know I'll probably get downvoted, but seriously, what the fuck is going on behind the scenes? I mean, they just hired a couple of new crew members, and then they all of a sudden significantly cut down the amount of content with some vague explanations about watch time, etc. My tinfoil hat theory is that it is somehow related to all the recent backlash the crew has faced due to them being silent about Hila valid target thing. But I don't know. I feel so confused about the whole situation. It's as if the show is about to end in an ugly way. Just wish they were more transparent. That's all. Here's what I posted on another thread, just my speculation. I think what happened is this. Ethan wants to talk about Hassan, but the crew doesn't want to participate. That is very clearly, obviously true. After last episode, it got really awkward because the crew was silent and even playing devil's advocate when it was revealed Hassan was doing something that they had just verbally murdered Pro Jared for. And the fans noticed it and started to protest. So there was 2 ways to go about it. Either the crew becomes more vocal, or Ethan talks about Hassan away from them. Or Ethan stops talking about Hassan, but that's kind of hard since the guy says shit like Hila is a valid military target. So he decided to make separate videos on the Warzone stuff. But pre-recorded videos need much more prep and editing, so they would have to have cut down the live time in order to maintain the same work hours for everyone, which is how we got this shitty deal. Basically, Hassan wins. People are so afraid to speak up, they're willing to nuke the show for it. I would say that's pretty, not necessarily like 100% in line with what I think, but it's pretty close. I don't think the anti-Hassan content from Ethan Klein is good. I think that's the biggest issue. It's all hypocrisy to coke fucking argumentation shit, which is like the bread and butter for the Destiny community, but they only like that shit from themselves for themselves. Understand, it has next to zero growth potential outside of like new fans for that type of content that might leak in. But it's basically everything is hypocrisy. Hypocrisy all the time, which is exhausting to people because no one gives a fuck in real life. This goes back to Nuremberg, unironically. In Nuremberg, they tried the Nazis for stuff that America was doing to black people at the time and Native American people before that, right? But they had to come to a moment where they had to say, like, okay, we have the power and you did a bad thing and we are going to punish you and not punish ourselves because you lost the war. And so, like, people get butthurt about it, like, okay, so the real fucking thing is don't lose the war. And it's kind of like, yeah, that actually is the case. Don't lose track of power. Because ultimately, the hypocrisy argument doesn't do anything, especially if it's nations going for fucking hundreds of years. I mean, everybody eventually will get to a point where you can't pursue legal action against anyone because you are literally without guilt, throw the first stone type shit. So it puts you in a position where you can always win arguments because eventually, and this is what DGG does all the time, you can look into people's past and find something, anything, that will let people ignore your argument because you are a bad egg, right? Or because you said the same thing. It's all they do. And understand, it's very convincing for like the 12-year-olds that Destiny wants to fuck in that sphere, I guess. I guess they're like 15, right? That's what he said, 15-year-olds. Those kids and stupid people love those arguments, right? And his greater sphere is full of people he put on that like them too. Hassan's community does the same thing, but it's bad content, right? Which is why most of Hassan's stuff, when he goes for 8 hours, we see the shit that I get irritated by and that is like in my sphere. But he talks about other stuff and does it without going into these things. And his clip channels know that people want other stuff, so he doesn't get bogged down in that. With Destiny, that's his only fucking content, right? Is this hypocrisy. Okay, you're gonna say that, but I mean, if you look back in the past, you're gonna see this. Like, it's the two coke hypocrisy shit. Once you start noticing, you're like, oh, this fucking goddamn rigmarole again. So we can't call anything bad because people have done bad things before. You've done a bad thing. I've done a bad thing. What if you do a bad thing in the future? Then you're gonna still. It's a dead end argument for fucking 5-year-olds. Just punish bad shit whenever you can. All right. You can't always sweep the floor, but when it's time to sweep the floor, sweep the floor. You didn't sweep it last Tuesday. Why do I have to sweep it this Tuesday? Because it's dirty. That's it. Well, there's a level of absurdity in that argument. Yeah, well, there's a level of absurdity in existing at all. Okay, we're flirting with nihilism and the purpose of being, and whether or not is means is. Okay, you think therefore you are, therefore fucking sweep the fucking floor. It's dirty. You need to sweep it. That's pretty much it. It's boring. It's a bad way to argue. It's not convincing to anybody. It doesn't fix anything or move anything. It's like the permanent, like, liberal fucking whirlpool, right? It's the Charybdis of talking to libs, is that eventually you get to a point where you're like, well, for morality, you're like, okay, I don't give a shit. All right, I'm just going to do it anyway. If you're just going to fucking stymie, all I have to do is get past you, right? With Ethan's a stupid guy. He's kind of a dumb fuck, with all due respect. He's an idiot. And he doesn't know how to do these arguments himself. So he does what like a Joe Roganite does, which is look up whatever the fuck his guy that he trusts argued before and then just repeat that shit. That's why his fucking debate with Hassan sounded so fucking weird. It's because he was just literally rattling out debate prep answers to pre-programmed questions and trying to maintain a series of stupid as fuck fucking flow states, like flow charts, in order to get to the final answer, right? Nobody enjoys that except for fucking like the most train enjoying crowd that also happens to be in the same part of the Venn diagram that enjoys rape and rape jokes. Worst people possible, right? It's bad argumentation, actually. It's fucking illegitimate debate, ultimately. It's not based on any of that. It is bad faith, inherently. And the thing is Ethan Klein has to do that because it's the only way that he can debate this stuff. That puts him into a position where anytime he talks about it, the fucking quality of the content has to take a nosedive because the conflict's not interesting. He's on the wrong side of it morally. So he can't do what Hassan does, which is fuck up all the time and look like a dumb fuck asshole, but then just be on the right side of history. So people are like, oh yeah, well, you're going to attack somebody that's fucking fighting against a genocide? Like, He has to just say like anti-Semitism all the time, which doesn't work because Jewish people will go like, no. And then you got to go, well, you're a bad Jew. And it's like, okay, you're you're going into a place that no one can have a good time. And you're not an intellectual. You're not a person that people want to hear about complex political issues from. They want to see you put up a big tarp and cough because somebody was cringe. Okay, you're supposed to be tasting strange flavors of Japanese Coca-Cola. You're supposed to be like having a game show where someone gets whacked in the nuts with like a sandal on a stick if they make a face while you're all eating like bad flavored jelly beans. But you're not supposed to be having Cold War grade arguments with like political dipshits and also on the wrong side of history doing them and basically exhausting your fan base that is not political by exposing them to a new subsection of your fan base that is and is miserable to be around. And also, like, going on these fucking long diatribes into this fucking Cold War with fucking Hassan. Just endless, like, Hassan did this. Okay, we're going to get another fucking 15, 20-minute Hassan video. Hassan chunk. Those are the only things I need to listen to H3H3 for because it's, like, relative to my content cycle. And even I get fucking bored with it. I was actually kind of excited about the Idubbbz fight thing because it sounded fun. It was like, oh, okay, this is a grudge match between two fucking morons. Idubbbz is an idiot. I thought Idubbbz maybe got a little political education. Wrong. Idubbbz is stupid as fuck. That's cool. I figured, very possible that the fucking NF guy, I'm gay, right? Is maybe not a political fucking wunderkind, okay? And maybe they were making fun of him. That's fun. Making fun of Idubbbz? Oh, good shit, okay? But, like, he's got the fucking trap card where if you talk about him too long, he can make you lose your mind about his son. So, still kind of, whatever. The rest of this stuff is not up my alley. But, like, that's kind of the point. So now they're in a position where they've got to reconstruct their content. And I don't know how successful or unsuccessful it's going to be for them. It might be very successful, right? All the best of luck. But it seems that, yes, what really does have to happen is that they have to separate the Hassan segments that Ethan, because of his pride and privilege literally over his staff, cannot stop talking about. Like, they have to, like, you have to go into a corner and make your own little pre-made vids. Basically, they're probably putting him on they're giving him his 2 hours. He's getting his 5 for fighting, right? So you go in there, you talk about it without us, and then you can get it out, and we'll put that in a video so that it's out there because you need that, and then we can do the show. Because it's got to be fucking miserable. Because the cast isn't stupid, right? They're probably paid phenomenally well. But, like, the pain in the ass of dealing with him every day and of constantly understand, like, if he fucks up the ability to get another job like that immediately in this political climate and this economic climate in that location is not great, especially one that gives you as much probably freedom and leeway because how fucking maybe incompetent he is. Yeah, you get bothered by fucking Ethan Klein, but there's worse bosses in the entertainment industry by far. I have to bet. And it's like, but he's bad. I know. I'm saying and. Yes, and. But they're still probably just like, you need us to be on these segments. But you fuck up the mood with the Hassan thing, and it makes the wacky fun time, whack each other in the dick with sandal on a stick moments hard as fuck to deal with. It's impossible. And it's carrying over into our private lives or into our personal attempts at becoming like internet people on our own. And that's also fucking us up. So like, we can't be there with you to basically carry you through the comedy like we usually are with everything else. So why don't you just do your Hassan content nukes once a week? Hopefully, I think that the strategy there is probably for them to burn him out on bad content. Really to show him like, hey, if you're trying to make somebody like Ethan Klein figure out that he's the problem, the only way is going to be to put him in a position where when he makes content alone about the thing he wants to make it just goes and falls off and everything else does well, because then you can really isolate like, it's you. Yes, you're the problem. It's you. And I think that's what's happening with the H3H3 podcast. I don't know how it's going to work out or even if they'll actually carry through with it. I think it's a number of things, but I think that's one of the biggest ones. I do see the move towards more edited content being a necessity for a lot of people. You can see the difference in between it and non-structured, non-edited content is becoming more and more apparent now. There's a lot of guys that make the same stuff I do when I'm talking about like the Idubbbz fight video and shit, and they just sit down and don't talk to a chat and yap, and they get the same amount of content put out, but it also, you do a little bit of editing, put some music over it, cut out the boring parts or the transitions, and then it's a much better product, and they get way, way, way more views. And like I see that, and I'm like, well, the point is like talking about it, right? And and this is the reason that I'm starting to go in that direction as well. I don't think that live streaming's over. I just think that the audience that YouTube wants to cultivate and the advertiser base they want to cultivate, I think is not going to be as amenable to having their stuff on crazy, unpredictable live stream style clip content, which has just the craziest amount of differentiation between. You just never know. I mean, even for me, you could see me talking in a t-shirt one day, having a good time, button-up shirt one day, having a good time, very level-headed. And the next day, I might be in a fucking, t-shirt, a little bit fucking cracked out, talking about some fucking, I don't know, trying to get Archcast to fucking neck it out. Do you know what I mean? And I get it as a person that makes content. If you don't want to advertise on that, or if you're, focused on having this broad pool of advertisers that have a broad pool of content and you need to narrow it down to that content, I can see that really being the case, especially with the Twitch issues that are getting worse and worse right now. Advertising is going to go down because the economy's in the fucking shitter right now. There's just not enough money to spend on advertising to people in less important markets than like the major markets, right? So you see less advertising out there. Also, advertisers pay to have other advertisers not appear with their products in the advertising because of a number of different reasons, which is why you don't see all the same types of ads everywhere. I think YouTube is figuring out we need to go in this direction. We got to figure out this whole thing with the fucking stolen IP stuff. AI is about to fuck us because all this AI content, we're going to find out that it's going to be a literal monetary liability. We're in a holding pattern right now, but I really do see a big change up coming. Twitch might end up going crazy too. If you guys don't know, Twitch, I was hearing about this from the thing, and Hassan confirmed it. AT&T, which is one of the nation's largest telecommunications platforms in America, is backing out of having any fucking Hassan Piker content anywhere near him. So if you won't get ads on Twitch at all from AT&T, and especially if they're a major sponsor for anything, if you have Hassan Piker there. And I see that being even bigger too, with these ad companies being much more selective, especially amongst the bigger people that they choose from, and saying like, hey, we'll do this, we'll do that, we'll do this, we'll do that. Because they already do that with normal content. Understand, like they do that on ABC, NBC. This isn't like a new thing. And people aren't going and doing their own work to get their own advertisers in. Hassan should be doing that. He's a media company in and of his own right, but he's lazy as shit, so he's not going to. But I see more advertisers stretching their legs basically, and taking a walk with how far they can get away with saying we do, we don't, we do, we don't, and controlling the kind of content that can come from platforms via advertising, which is old school stuff. And you could see someone like Hassan getting necked out and having to start take on ads and stuff kind of instantaneously, because he doesn't seem like he's built much of a backup platform. He probably has plenty of personal sub type things, but the platform, if you're not making the platform any money, hosting your video and sending out teraflops of information to a number of different people so that they can access your video might not be in their best interest. So he's in a much more tenuous position, I think, than maybe he understands, and a lot of these creators are as well. There's a lot of undiversified platforms or people that have tried to do the same thing where like a lot of your IP is out there in the fucking wind. Who knows? But yeah, I think that this H3H3 thing, some people are treating it as like, it says at the end of this, H3H3 is being put in a fucking headlock They're putting a headlock and they're getting taken down by Hassan. Maybe to a degree, I think this is probably the culmination of the loss they're taking against him. But I think also in the long run, they're scrupulous business people. They've been on the platform for a while, and they may as well be seeing some of these other issues that are coming down the pipeline and getting ahead of them as well. And if I was them, I would not be saying any of that in a way that could warn someone like Hassan to fix his shit. They also seem to be pretty hyper focused on making sure that Hassan takes the blame for every fucking ill in their life. So, to take it whichever direction you want to go, get a grab bag. None of this is certain. It's just generally vibe. So, that's the segment there. Hassan's going to start suspiciously reaching for cerveza crystals. Oh God, what is that now? I'm imagining Tyler in a Real Men of Genius ad, and it's B-roll of him shocking himself while working in the house. That's one thing I don't do. I'm very good about electric. Blasting myself with water from pipes I've cut, that's a different one. Pepsi doesn't want ads on XQC sitting silently while the maid cleans his room. I mean, it's not even necessarily a quality thing. It's just like what their people are going to get upset about. They should do Ethan only streams where he sits in a dark studio alone and rants about Hassan. I think that's where it's going. I think they're just not even going to stream it because it's too much button. It's too much the button. Hypocrisy isn't a good argument unless you're an idiot anyway. It turns into why do anything if we can't do it 100%, even though that's basically impossible. Nothing would ever happen. And so we arrive at the worthlessness of internet politics. Ethan Klein thought he could be a shock jock, but can't play ball when people started saying evil shit about him. It's true as shit. They're not built. There's a lot of pussy ass fucking behavior in this shit, and it's you don't have to take it sitting down or like laugh it off every time. But if you're gonna crack back, you got to show you have the chops to fight back against it, and that's the big issue with this with Ethan is that he's just not funny on his own. Not that kind of funny. Like he can go out and be he's funny to look at. I think this isn't even being rude. He used to be, at least. He was fat. He had weird fucking facial body hair, so he looked weird with his shirt off. He's built like a Bob's Burger character kind of deal, he's just covered in curly cues and funky hair. He's got a weird body shape. And if you look back at his old content, that was the good. It's like, what is this? What's happening? Like, yeah, he's a greaseball fucking dude sitting in his underwear talking about nasty shit. Which for the lol roar XDXD, two random fucking millennial audience of us when we were in our early mid-20s and maybe a little fucking high at work or at college. You're like, all right, man, yeah, whatever. That's like your 5 minutes. Like, oh, is this dipshit making another thing? Oh, wait, is this idiot talking about the fucking prank guys? Okay, all right, what do you got to say about prank people? Yeah, they're pretty cringe. Ethan Bradbury? Okay, yeah, very funny, very funny. I like that. Very cool. Like, that's what it was. You know what I mean? But then, like, that's not comedy chops. That's maybe improv chops, which is the lowest level of chops, with all due respect, literally, to improv people. But actually, like, having oratory, banger, back and forth, shit talking ability, like, you have to be able to rock and roll with Don Rickles and shit. You know what I mean? Or at least know how to, like, take a hit from a guy like that in a way that people would go, like, well, you were a good sport, and I want to see that again because it doesn't seem like you were a good sport because you had to be. It was like you guys had fun with that kind of deal. Which Ethan, he doesn't really come across as being that kind of guy. You know what I mean? I think he actually does like get his feelings hurt. And he kind of shows that weakness. And then once people can find it, they're going to attack you over it. And he just doesn't have that. He's not independently funny. That's why he's got a bunch of people on his show to tell the jokes for him and to react. His show comes with a pre-programmed laugh track. I could feel it when I was listening to it while I was working in my yard yesterday. And it's just like, okay, yeah, you guys are laughing, but like that's the fact that all the laughs are at different levels every time is kind of telling that when. You just don't know how much because you can't tell how funny that statement actually is. You know what I'm saying? And that's not a great place to be. trying to do the type of content he was trying to make. He just deluded himself. I guess that happens once you get rich enough. You start like having people tell you things, and you're like, yeah, well, I want someone to tell me that I'm this, and then I want to be that. It's like, okay, you're not, but like, I guess we can make a fucking exception or something. You know, we can all lie to you. Do you want us to all lie to you? Like, yes. Oh, okay. Let's move on. Another segment. Another one. Okay. Hassan Piker and Destiny are ex-lovers on the internet. Jesus Christ, are they? Destiny, Stephen Kenneth Destiny Bennell Jr. and Hassan Dugan Piker of the Hasanabi broadcast are old friends who used to do weird shit together. Destiny used to grope Hassan and maybe jerk him off a little bit. I don't know. We got that clip the other day. And Hassan said I would get Destiny laid. This blew up because Destiny couldn't stop saying the N-word in public, or saying that he said the N-word in public, and then eventually they had to break up. And they became enemies to this day in almost the exact same way as the H3H3 blow up a few years down the pipeline. And it has, like the other one, escalated. Unlike Ethan Klein's community of, I'm here to see the funny fat guy wiggle his belly, Destiny's community is a bunch of fucking politically minded fucking debate hogs, right? They love their fucking two coke hypocrisy arguments and their parentheticals and their imagine a black person's. And they live for nitpicking enemy communities, right? Like that's what they're about. At some point in the far, far past, I've heard there was content on Destiny. I have not, in my time, essentially, since I started streaming, in that little bit, seen any. Like with the rest of everybody else, once October 3 popped off, or October 7th popped off in 2003, Destiny's content cycle changed sort of dramatically, and it became nonstop defense for Israel-Palestine. If I had to credit anybody for getting me really over the hump on understanding what the fuck was happening in Palestine and how bad it was Destiny doing dog shit pro-Palestine content and sharing stuff, and his community being like bafflingly incompetent about talking about anything war related. Like strange lack of comprehension of fundamental issues while also talking about completely navel-gazy stuff. I mean, we go to comments like, Destiny, I made a video on it, so I can't remember the exact quote, but Destiny's like, is there anything actually wrong with isolating an entire area of a city and then saying that anyone that goes there can die and creating like a giant death field, essentially? Like what would actually be the issue with that? And wouldn't it be your fault, I guess, basically, like if you went there and got killed? And it's like, no, that's a war crime. You can't create a death zone. Okay, there's a lot of reasons. You have to go through a few different laws that all confirm it, but you can't create an arbitrary death zone at all. It's not a good tactic, first off, because you're clearly just doing a genocide by creating a death zone in a civilian area, and it's definitely war crime city, right? What the fuck are you talking about? And basically, like, yeah, his whole community is pro-war crime, like nuts. I fucked up Loner Box in the debate where he came out in favor of the fucking pager terrorist attack, which we have now seen down the line has maimed and blinded children. Because, of course, it is a non-directed attack on a civilian center. It's raw terrorism. Weird people. Hassan, on the other side, is part of the DNC Do Nothing coalition of pro-Palestine advocates who got really upset when I said they suck at being for Palestine. Like, there's dog shit about it. Like, I don't even think that they're really pro-Palestine. I think they're really just anti whatever America's doing at the time. It happens to be like perfect synergy. They raise money here and there, a few 100,000, maybe $1 million, whatever, chump change when it comes to a fucking mass extermination of a people. It's not really doing much. Most of their effort is spent on attacking Destiny's community or H3H3 community or any non in the vibe type communities to try to get everybody, I guess, on the same page, while simultaneously being constantly incorrect about stuff, misquoting people, clipping things out of context, unnecessarily And basically just creating this weird vibe of like, I can't 100% trust you guys all the time because you will lie and then you'll say that it's okay that you lied because you did it for the Palestinians. Like, what the fuck is happening? So it's in like both sides. Like, no, it's not either side. None of the people that I've talked about are on the other side of the Atlantic. You guys aren't on anyone's side. You're Americans and some foreigners that like Americans having internet piss fights that have nothing or next to nothing to actually do with Israel and Palestine. Your internet children doing a slap fight, and then you just adopted an ongoing horror show travesty, like those parties, the belligerent parties. You've adopted their flags and just stapled them to the foreheads of rich idiots from America, so that you can feel good about doing stupid shit. That doesn't change a fucking thing. But it is what it is. It's such as politics. I mean, it's team sports, and sometimes the teams aren't even the actual real teams. If I had to best describe it, they're soccer hooligans that can't fight. Right? That's what this looks like to me. And it's about as serious as I've taken it. Good content's good content, bad content's bad content. I don't think that the pro-Palestine advocacy individuals in these communities, at least, have done any actual good or done anything really particularly beneficial to the people of Palestine. That's more than like, I don't know if you know this, but I spit in the desert, which means I put more water in the desert than you ever have. Like, okay. I took a piss in the desert. Oh, wow, really? Yeah. I carried a swimming pool of water to the desert and dumped it out in the desert. Like, okay. I've done way more than you. Okay. Swimming pool of water in the desert. Thank you. Basically, a lot of these guys saying to do all this shit while completely ignoring any of the things that like could lead you to taking real power and saying that we should do that, and then just ignoring it so we can spend money trying to fucking own Ethan Klein again, or own Hassan again, or own Destiny again. And in my opinion, as an adult that's seen this shit play out on other super serious issues to people before, because I've just been around for more than 5 fucking minutes, it's going to end up the same way. The genocide's either going to complete and it's going to be the mass annihilation of Palestinian people, or it's going to get kicked down the can again, or the can's going to get kicked down the road again, and they'll move on to the next thing that's the most important thing ever. And sometimes they'll reference Palestine, and sometimes they won't, on both sides. And that's kind of it as far as their value to this stuff. I really can't hammer home enough how like simultaneously self-aggrandizing a lot of these people are. On Destiny's side, it's not necessarily being pro-Israel. The thing that they support themselves on is being the last pro-Semitic individuals on Earth. They're the last non-anti-Semites on the internet. That there was an internet that was anti-Semitic, and they created an enclave for the Semites in it, right next to the Groypers. It's clown show shit. It's a sad state of affairs when Hassan has by far the best standpoint on it, like leagues above, but it's also like watching a fucking flea circus when it comes to scale. And I'm sitting in an actual circus watching, like, if I look at the next ring over past the flea circus, it is a genocide. You know, like, okay. And then the flea circus is like, you know, the fleas are raising their little flags and lowering their flags and raising them and lowering them. And one of them sets another one on fire. You're like, oh, wow. That's crazy. I can sort of almost see the value in it. But then you like look to the right and like just real people are doing stuff. The fleas will be like, Bernie Sanders, meh. And then Bernie Sanders is over in the main ring, like trying to actually do anything at all. They get upset about it. It's a very funny thing, like in a scary, sad way. But I just really want to say, like, they're not serious people. And it is always about them. And it's come to a point where there's now just death threats being bandied about. And if I had to guess, if anyone died, it would just be one of their fans killing one of their other fans at best, right? I could see maybe like Mike from PA getting plugged by somebody. Do you know what I mean? Because I feel like of all the parties involved, he's the most likely to somehow be outside. You're like, oh my God, is that Mike from PA in the sun? But he's not fast enough to run away from conflict. Ethan Ela announced on the podcast I was listening to yesterday that they've gotten their concealed carry license. So someone might be lucky enough to to test Ethan Klein and then watch him be blown backwards like a fucking Looney Tunes character when he shoots a gun that's too big for him to hold. Boom, 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 boom. You just see him floating up in the air over top Hollywood, firing a blunderbuss down at some skeezy Hasanabe fan. Oh my God. But yeah, it has reached a point where the fans and the people that are fighting for stuff are in completely unserious territory. I'm like deeply disappointed by Noah Samson and Hassan. I think Noah's the one that said it, saying like, yeah, these guys are constantly trying to go after people that are like pro Israel. And I'm like, I don't see them constantly going after people that are pro Israel. I see them going after you. Like it's actually kind of hard to find them going outside of a group of people that is, I can almost probably remember the entirety of all of their names. Because it would always be like, oh, they attacked this pro-Palestine advocate. And then you look into it for more than 2 seconds, and it's just another fucking Hassan orbiter. You know what I mean? Like every fucking time. Like, so you're kind of using the genocide to belay criticism, usually of stuff that has nothing to do with the genocide itself, which is not great because it does make you look like a cunt. So don't do that. Like Hassan had a weird friend check it out in my video, Shut Up, I'm Helping, enabling celebrity parasocialism enabling abuse through celebrity parasocialism. He had a weird friend and everyone had to stop talking about it because if you bring it up, you're going to get Palestinian children killed, because understand, any inconvenience that happens to Hassan will kill a Palestinian child. At least if there's 50,000 Palestinian children that are dead, 100 of them minimum are just from H3H3 Productions criticizing Hassan and making him look away from reciting things from Twitter for like 2 or 3 minutes. So that's actually what kills Palestinian people, is any distractions that Hassan receives from reading news in his house and in West Hollywood. So, like, yeah, it's a very serious state of affairs. This conflation is absurd. No one in these spheres is doing anything of value. I mean, obviously, like, the UNRWA person came and said that they were doing good. Like, yeah, if you give anyone $100,000, they're going to come out and say that you're the best person ever, you fucking idiot. But, like, you know, evacuating people, go over and fight the fucking war if you want, any of that shit, none of it. It's just yapaholics. It's yap. Well, you're yapping too. I know, dummy. But I'm not pretending that I'm not. I want to do stuff here. I want people to focus on here. But even the yapping that these guys do relative to it is it runs counter to accomplishing fucking anything politically, because it's extremely alienating. And it sounds stupid. Hassan fans have said, like, you need to stop being weird, you know, go outside, to me. And like, bitch, do you realize I fucking visit the Home Depot? People recognize my face at Lowe's. People don't ask me if I need something very often, because they know I can give them the Ron Swanson response. I know more than you. I'm outside all the fucking time. I went to a political rally 2 weeks ago. My wife urged me to go just to get me out of the house, and it was a fucking great, like, invigorating experience. I'm going to go to some more of these as they go. All of these people have the ability to get out of their fucking houses and do way more shit because they have way larger platforms and way more fucking money to go and spend doing this stuff, but they don't. And a lot of them are starting to get very, very aggressive in their language relative to violence, and they're not going to do it. They put me in a position where I was listening to the fucking H3 broadcast yesterday, and Donut Operator, of all people, was correct. These people want someone else to fucking hurt someone on their behalf. Now, this is both sides, all three sides. There's a lot of outsourcing of violence, right? I'll say some violence, I'll do this, and then not fucking do it. That's what I say. You guys, no one's allowed to do violence on my behalf. I'll talk some shit. No one. If I want to hurt someone, I'll fucking do it, and I will do the time. I will go to jail. So no one is ever allowed to hurt. Don't fucking waste your life trying to interpret some stupid shit I said and go hurt somebody. You couldn't do it as good as me, and if I wanted it done, I would do it myself. You'll never hear anything like that from me, not because I'm too good for it. I'm not too good to threaten someone. It's because it's mine. I want it. Me. Anyone that went out and hurt someone on my behalf is making that shit up in order to get me in trouble at best. Fucking idiot at worst. Don't do shit like that. Don't go involve yourself in political violence on behalf of a fucking moron online. Am I going to decry political violence? No, I'm a fucking American. My country exists because of political violence, both the good and the bad. We literally wouldn't be here if random dipshit vigilante fucks that were outside the state's monopoly on violence didn't kill members of the state. We just would not be here, okay? We would be fucking British or maybe French, but we wouldn't be American, okay? That's like the value, okay? Political violence is based when it's based. It's just a fucking tactic in politics. But like, yes, the fucking Hassan sphere, Mike from PA and Denims, this is like, I tell you, you use misogynistic language. Yeah, because you kind of come off as a dumb bitch if you fucking say, like, I would give money to get somebody clipped. It doesn't matter if it's a joke, right? Especially if you have such a flattened affect, we'll say, of talking that no one can really quite pick up on what's funny or not, okay? You understand? And like, we've done that a few times. Destiny's been doing it his whole career. He's not fucking off the hook for this one. But like, cut it the fuck out. It's clown show shit, because I know that you're not going to deliver, and it makes you seem like a paper tiger. That's really the issue. It's like, well, I can't say that, and then you say stupid shit like, oh, Hamas is justified, and even if rapes did happen, and the things that have happened, like, shut the fuck up. Are you fucking 2 years old? This apology is stupid shit. Okay, like, do you not even know what you're talking about? Like, you're just, war crimes are okay if someone war crimed you first. Do you understand that that's not a valid reason to do a war crime? You're still not allowed. It defeats the purpose of war crimes because you can just accuse the other people of doing it and then you do it too. Like, well, that's happened before. Should it have? No. Okay, then shut the fuck up. Little kid stuff constantly from fake adults online who have audiences of people that send them fucking nude pictures and shit. It's bizarre freak show behavior. And it's stupid. I'm going to read some of this, though. The current thing that's going on, if I can remember, I'm going to remember off the top of my head, because fuck looking it up. You know what? They're going to bring it up in this. Actually, no. I'll just read it. This is Twitter, so stand by for the stream suddenly disappearing. If I scroll down too fast and, I don't know, weird Twitter shit pops up. This is from Hassan. Instead of taking care of his son, who is now turned into a Nazi, the sociopathic cult leader is actively telling his audience that it's more moral to kill me in real life because I said Palestinians have a legal right to resist against an illegal occupying force conducting a raid. Okay. I don't know. What? Twitch TV videos. I honestly think you could perfectly justify attacking/killing Hassan IRL for statements like this. That's a pretty solid call to violence. I would say that's straightforward call to violence. The fuck? Next thing, your PP. What the hell? Wise Pie Comfy. Destiny, this is just so far beyond the pale that it's actually unbelievable. Concerned. Destiny Pepe, say less. Put me in screenshot. For real. Destiny, say less. Okay, never mind. We're Googling all this. A different term. Destiny, holy shit. Does this grant me moral authority to do it? I mean, obviously they're shit talking to some degree, but yeah, this is pretty blanket. I think you honestly could perfectly justify attacking/killing Hassan IRL for statements like this. Yeah. That's a death threat. That's raw a death threat. Like, there's no way around it. How the fuck are you gonna talk around it? That's just raw a death threat. Like, where's the joke? Throw in a Lamau, okay? Throw in a lol. Got to a few more. Streamer Destiny, Stephen Kenneth Bennell 2, is attempting to incite his audience to attack/kill Hassan Piker in real life. I would say this is the case. I'd be hard pressed to see an effective argument against this. That isn't going to be Hutch going, okay, well, wouldn't that be okay? Wouldn't that be okay? I mean, he said the other thing, so would it be okay? We have to go through shut the fuck up with the goddamn hypocrisy arguments. They're so stupid. For arguing that Palestinians should be allowed to defend themselves against war criminals breaking into their homes to kidnap them in the middle of the night. Even the Nazis weren't this blatant. This is just go far beyond the pale. It's actually unbelievable. What do you mean the Nazis? What? Jesus Christ. What context could this be taken out of? I just want to know. Like, it's actually kind of fucking baller. Yeah, that's raw. That's raw. Okay, they don't necessarily go over it again. I'm going to pull this off screen just in case. Candyman's still out there, of course. We've got the fucking we got the Sam Hyde face. This page doesn't exist on the link, of course. Reminder of the time Destiny advised IDF soldiers to stop recording their war crimes while touring the ethno state. I mean, yeah, okay. We don't get into the other one. So this is all sort of, I can take that off. This is all sort of in response to, as Hassan was saying. Hassan made a pretty flippant comment. I gotta say, Hassan is not necessarily in the right on this one, but he didn't say anything that's even remotely as egregious as this. Although the Kleins obviously take it extra serious. This is why they got their concealed carry permits. Watch out. Dude, can we please skip forward to the media cycle where fucking Ela Klein just claps a fucking pro-Palestine activist and then that's all we get to talk about for the next 10 years? Can we skip ahead to the Kleins ruining their life because Ethan just fucking loses his cool and pulls out his Chrome 45 in the middle of fucking Sunset Boulevard or whatever the fuck, one of your fucking stupid ass California streets. He's on the Strip. But yeah, Ethan, Hassan was basically going over some settler colonial, whatever the fuck, the settlers in Israel, right? They go and they move into the Palestinian lands and saying like resistance against them is A-okay, right? Armed resistance against them is fine. There's a lot of stupid shit buried in that. I'm not going to pick apart the entire thing. The point of it is that inside of it, he said, even individuals like the wife, I think wife, or like a certain streamer that we know, blah, blah, blah. Basically referring to Ela Klein when she was working as a secretary. All the fucking commentary around this shit is stupid as fuck. First off, if there is a secretary in the military that is a combatant troop, as in they're in a combat zone, yeah, it's actually completely fine to clip them. I don't know what, if you're a part of the armed forces and you are engaged in active hostilities against anyone, the person that the people that you're engaged in hostilities against have every right to attack you back. If you're a member of that armed forces, active member of the armed forces, not every civilian in Israel is a fucking valid military target. You sound like a fucking idiot. Shut up. But all those people that are actually still active duty, yeah, you can attack them, especially like if they're like on that raid in Ramallah or whatever the fuck that was. Like, yeah, you can shoot that person. What the fuck are you talking? They're part of an armed military contingent in an area they're not supposed to be in. There can be niceties with that all the way down to the ground based on like whether or not it's actually a combat zone and blah, 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 blah. It can get kind of thrown up in the air, but it's usually fucking might makes right. So you won't ever actually get to the bottom of who was and wasn't right to fight. But generally, if your fucking life is threatened, the people specifically that are threatening your life are fair game for you to attack. Okay. Not necessarily without reprisal, obviously, but you can attack them because they're going to kill you, and you can preemptively attack them if the preemption is within the bounds of like sanity. You know what I mean? There's a lot of Israel using that same language to preemptively attack a fucking hospital under the vague belief that possibly there's a fucking certainly there's, you know, the last 5 billion fucking Hamas fighters in Palestine are under the hospital. It's like, no, idiot. It's proportional. There's a fucking million goddamn rules. It has to be proportional. It has to be within the scope and reason of a military exercise. It can't be in violation of certain things that you do. I think some of this stuff, Hassan very erroneously, I know I've heard him say this before, has used to defend the possibility even of sexual assault as a tactic of war, which is not acceptable. Every single person that engaged in that must be killed. Not tried. Maybe. I mean, you have to get tried too. But not jailed for a while. You have to kill those people. If you use sexual assault as a weapon of warfare, you have to die. And there is nothing that justifies that because it doesn't do anything. It's an act of terror and not a valuable one. Well, of course, but they did this. That doesn't justify war crimes. That's the kind of thing about war crimes. There's nothing that justifies doing them. That's why they're war crimes, So saying that someone else did a war crime doesn't justify it, which is usually where these fucking conversations break down and where you have to start going like, well, I don't know if you don't understand this, but in 1972, 43, actually 22, if you go back to 1876, you'll find that they did this first. That's why the two cocaine fucking hypocrisy arguments are stupid as shit, especially when it comes to things that actually have like a body toll. It sounds dumb. And we're getting into every conversation about this absolute fucking quagmire of a situation in Israel-Palestine eventually comes to resemble the tactics engaged in on the ground, but just one side's on the good side of history, but they're both fucking idiots, is like we return again and again to it. It's like, Jesus fucking Christ, man. How does it happen over and over again? The people that aren't even there start doing the same shit as the people that are there. Like, how weird. That doesn't work. That doesn't actually get you to any goal other than being like snippy and doing like vengeance against people. It's a profound absurdity. The entire thing is dumb with these American-based streamers. They're a bunch of fucking idiots. Is someone gonna get killed? I fucking highly doubt it. I highly doubt it. The thing that gets people killed is there's first off an insane person with a gun, right? And really just you're rolling the dice on that every day in America. There's insane people with guns. They're getting killed right now. They're killing people right now. If I turn on the news and look hard enough, we'll find it. Barricaded in a house in Iowa, shooting off a rooftop in Delaware. It is just a part of being in America. Really, the dice roll here is whether or not they're going to write fucking Destiny's name on a fucking 16 before they kick down the doors of some DSA meeting and start screaming Hassan Piker's name and shooting a bunch of fucking kids to death, which is just the reality of being in America. Will something like that happen? I mean, as time ticks by, it has to. I'm surprised. I don't think have we seen Destiny's name on a gun yet for a shooter? I think they stopped doing that for a little bit. We kicked the can down the road on shooters with fancy guns, or maybe they stopped reporting on them. But that's coming. That's coming down the line. I think if anybody was going to get killed, anybody at all, in any one of these scraps or things, I think it's probably going to be Destiny because he's the one that goes outside the most. Yes. There's the most option to kill him, and also he's the one that's actually pissed people off personally that know him. If I would say any of them are going to die from violence, it would be Destiny, more than likely by somebody who personally knows him for something that has nothing to do with Israel and Palestine. Although it will be blamed on his son. It will absolutely be blamed on his son. They'll look up some reason to say it, but that's my impression of the situation. End segment. Stupid people. End segment. Writing age of consent laws on each bullet. Well, now we know who you're aiming at. Unless you're a CEO in the same building as the NFL quarters. I think you mean Ethan's gold-plated 45. Oh. I said silver-plated because it's a line from Everlast. Chrome-plated. Chrome-plated 45, talked some shit, and wound up dead. If I recall from the loaner box debate, they would only be valid targets if they were on base or in the field, not 100% certain. No, it's like, so... It's there's no certainty, first off. There's no certainty, right? There's just qualifications that together disqualify or qualify a target, right? In uniform, in action, open combat is like okay, right? You can also attack people within a geographical area that's designated for fighting or is designated as like a military holding of somebody else. So like a military airport, yes. But civilian infrastructure can't be arbitrarily targeted. You can't have death zones, right? You can have small fire areas, right, that are like immediately like buffer zones immediately outside of controlled areas. But those have to be like heavily demarcated and they can't interfere with people's ability to get around. And it gets more complicated off of that. And then still on top of it, just because you can doesn't mean you should. This is my major gripe with fucking Hutch's dumbass right now. He's like, I don't know if you know this, but I looked at the fucking Geneva Conventions and hospitals are targetable. I hate to break it to you. You have to cry about it. What the fuck? It's like, okay, it still doesn't mean you should. Okay? because you can target it doesn't mean it's a good idea. And sometimes you shouldn't kill the enemy. It sounds nuts, I know, but like this is going to throw you off. Have you ever heard of a game called chess, right? You don't just immediately try to bonsai the other side all the time, and just because you can take an opportunity doesn't mean that you should. That game is based on warfare, which is more complex than chess. Insanely more complex and more sided. Imagine 5,000 different people playing all at once. Military necessity is like the most overstrained term, period, because they've turned it into a carte blanche for Israel to just do whatever the fuck they want, which is not what military necessity is. You're supposed to be able to actually describe in detail, in a form, what the military necessity of an action is. You're supposed to be able to write it down. It's not just like some fucking, I don't know, guy that gives nudes away online also can you know, kind of contemporaneously, what if, off the top of the head, it was this and this. You actually write it down. You're supposed to say, this guy was here in this area, in this hospital. We confirmed it via this. In order to take him out, which would achieve these objectives for us, we did these things while mitigating harm doing these things. This whole big fucking, these are like roll orders, right? Have you ever heard of a raid? You're supposed to have all that shit. Otherwise, you just have a lynch mob, which is pretty much what the case is with fucking Israel. They have lynch mobs that go out in uniform and just say like, no, there was a fucking, I'm pretty sure there was one there. You know what I mean? When we were doing these things, every fucking time I walked out of the wire, we had a fucking whole class on what the fuck we were going to do. Because otherwise, what are you doing, right? I know you're like, a lot of you guys are stupid people in these audiences. You play like Modern Warfare and shit, and you're like, bro, I've been to the range. I've done some CQB shooting. I don't know if you know this, but C-clamp is like the best way to fire a weapon. You can clear rooms really good with that. You should be really good at room clearing if you're going to fight in combat. Yeah, okay, yeah. If we're clearing any rooms, I'll tell you what, you can go first. The first and last time you get to go first. You look at stupid fucks. Like, just because you can do something doesn't mean that you should. It really is the case. Like, well, okay, you wrote all these things down. Like, what do we get out of this? Like, well, that guy dies. Okay, but we have to, like, see, it feels like the only thing that you're providing here is we're going to bomb this hospital with a Predator drone. Okay, we're going to hit it with, like, about, your estimations, $20 million worth of missiles. Going to do a lot of damage to that hospital. What about the hospital? And if you're on the side of somebody that goes, well, what about it? Then you're the bad guy. Even if it's my side, you're the bad guys now, okay? If you're just like, oh, we're trying to find an excuse to knock the hospital down so people start dying more there, then you're doing a genocide. And that's the thing with these. Yeah, it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. Oh, what are they supposed to do? They keep getting attacked from this hospital. How effectively? Not at all. Pull your troops back. What happens? Oh, they're completely unable to hit us with any of the technology they have. Any of the attacks on our cities actually don't even come from there. It's not even a fucking good scouting position. It's just we think that there's guys in there. We haven't confirmed it. We will never confirm it for anybody. We're just going to keep saying it. And that gives us carte blanche to hit the hospital as hard as we want because former Modern Warfare players are online and they're like, I don't know, that seems fine. Like what was the best mission for you ever? No Russian? It's so stupid. Like, you don't need to do it. Just because you can doesn't mean you should. That's called responsibility. Oh, yeah, we got a bunch of guys shooting up at us. Like, oh, okay, yeah. They're in a civilian house. All right, are you in any danger? No, we're in a fucking C-130 Hercules. I'm looking at him from a mile above the ground through a FLIR. They're just kind of shooting at the sound of a plane. Oh, okay. Now, legally speaking, under the fucking law of armed warfare, yeah, you can pummel that house into dust because they're shooting at you. But why would you? Like, what's the good? Just if you want to see somebody die, okay, like, I get it. Like, all right, yeah, you're a fucking psycho. Welcome to the club, I guess. Crazy people. But, like, what do you get? Like, you just got to murder some people? Okay. You were in no danger. They weren't doing anything valuable. Now, if they were shooting at your guys, okay, yeah, we have guys that are pushing on that fucking residence. All right. Well, what are you going to hit it with? Are you going to shoot the fucking 105 howitzer out of it and blow the fucking building to smithereens and shoot bricks fucking a quarter mile away? I don't know. I feel like actually we could probably just light it up with a fucking 40 mic from up here and just pepper them a little bit with air bursts. We have them so that they're set for 25-meter air burst. They'll probably kill those guys and not maybe even knock the building down. Oh, okay. Wait, you can do that? Yeah, you can do that. It's real round. Oh, okay, shit. There you go. Okay, cool. What happened? Yeah, we got fucking maps on target. I can't tell exactly what happened down there, but I can tell you that the shapes that were human shaped aren't human shaped anymore, and that roof is real warm looking. All right, yeah, we're not getting shot. Push on building. Push on objective. Like, there you go. You didn't have to kill everybody in the house. You didn't have to flatten the fucking house. Maybe there's still guys in there. Oh my god, there's 2 more dudes in that house. Should we level it? I don't know. I don't think so. Can anyone else do anything else? Do we have to level the building? Can we confirm? Yeah, there's at least 10 or 15 people in there. There's only 2 people shooting at us. Okay, should we kill all of them? No. Why would you? I don't know. How they're shooting at you? Shooting with guns? Yeah. How fast? Real fast. Okay, give it a minute. Hey, they stopped shooting at us. Okay, yeah. Can you get Fleur on that building? Can you see what's going on? Like, yeah, they're holding position, but it seems like the one guy's yelling at the other one, and yep, I think they ran out of ammo. Yep, they're running. Okay, yeah, go wrap them up. Like, fuck, I don't know. Wing one of them in the fucking shin just because you had to be patient or something. I don't know. I don't fucking know. Now that's actually a fucking war crime. Not really. There's no confirmation that they're not fucking retreating. Like, that, dude, that's what it is. And the thing is these guys want to fucking go and do armchair general just to smugly say it's cool to kill kids and fucking civilians and blow up hospitals. So weird. People are like, come after me like I'm a fucking psycho and shit. Like, dude, do you understand what psycho actually is? It's this banal, disconnected from reality shit. That's what psycho is. That's what it sounds like. Calmly being like, I don't know if you know this, but I just checked the rule book and I can mass murder civilians if someone's near them and shoots at me. Like, yeah, I understand if people say like you should die. Like, I imagine like because the immediate physical reaction to that is like, fuck, dude, you are a fucking psycho. You know, it's like seeing Michael Myers. Like, oh shit, kill that guy. He's got a knife. He's coming right for us. It's very bizarre things to say. Tyler's clearly never read Sun Tzu and knows nothing about ancient Chinese warfare. I think like half the stuff I'm talking about is Sun Tzu shit. I played Squad 44 and hell let loose and bayonets make it a little harder to aim and shoot in one of those games. Imagine fixing bayonets. Way different than somebody's experienced war talks. I think we'll go listen to Cuckbox talk out of the hole in his cheek about the dreams he had. I mean, you'll still get to the same place. You know what I mean? No Russian has nothing on defending Burger Town. I would die for Burger Town. Okay. People were like, wow, Americans are like, they don't get it. Modern Warfare 2 is like making fun of you because you're like defending Burger Town and shit. And it's like, dude, that's all I have. What do you fucking mean? That's what my house looks like. Like, no, I'll fucking defend this shit to the end of the day. What are you talking about? Like, you wouldn't defend the taco hut? Fucking die for that taco hut. My girlfriend works at that taco hut. Destiny death threats. Okay, yeah, I gotta do this. This is my last one. Either way. The death threat stuff is cringe. I guess we can leave it at that, right? Okay. Destiny just operates on like it makes sense to me. It's 99% of the time he makes an argument. That's what it is. Okay, well, you can't explain to me how this blah blah blah. It's like, well, maybe it can't be explained to you. No one ever says that. You might not be capable of grasping this concept. Like, you might be too stupid. You might be too dumb. You might be too like fucking unhinged. Like, you can't understand consent. I don't know why you would understand like why just because a law says you can do something you maybe shouldn't. Right? They're not especially limiting either. Sun Tzu said engravings give no tactical advantage. They look cool. Israel's worked overtime to make even civilians out to be military targets because they said it's part of Hamas's military strategy. Human shields, gross stuff. Yeah, you got. I imagine fucking stepping down. You're trying to go lower in the fucking stack than Hamas. Dumb as shit. As a former soldier, Tyler, I was wondering, is targeting non-armed personnel in the military, such as mechanics, drivers, etc., allowed, or is it only armed personnel? No, you can fucking target all that. It's all good. All gravy. Gravy. Yeah, why the fuck wouldn't you be able to? Like, if you're uniformed military, if you're on a base, the only reason you don't have a gun is because there's, some dipshit like me in a box with a gun. But you're in uniform working on military planes. You are 100%, not only are you a valid military target, you're the best one. You're a soft target. Being a soft target does not mean that you can't be hit, right? Which is, sounds counterproductive. It's what fucking Ethan is arguing. Like, she was a secretary. Dude, pop. I don't give a fuck. Well, she worked for fucking SIF. You know what I mean? Like, I don't give a fuck. Your admin pogue, okay? Pop. That's it. Like, you can get fucking got. I mean, if they surrender and shit, there's different stuff. But, like, hitting fucking military bases is, like, the most money shit in the world. It's like, what you do? Do you think that everybody's, like, in the fucking office building looking chunk of the base, holding a gun, standing still in a T-pose, waiting for their like chance to be activated if the stealth counter doesn't go off? No, they're fucking dipshits without guns. The armory's probably got all their fucking weapons in it, or they're in standby on a fucking rifle rack that's maybe locked. It, like, I didn't have a gun the whole time I was overseas. Like, we had to fucking set them down and shit to go to chow, right? Like, or sleep. If I was asleep in my fucking fob and somebody bombed the fob and I died, I can't say, like, oh my God, I was in a fob. I was sleeping. I was on, I tagged base. You know what I mean? No, you're a fucking valid military target. Unironically, like, now, outside of the military, no, literally just not a valid military target. A waste of ammo. Someone that's not fighting against you when there's other people that are, yeah, it's a waste of ammo. That's why Hamas is dog shit. Hamas is a fucking embarrassment. They've been through so much. Okay, well, I don't fucking care what they've been through. I literally don't. It means nothing to me. I piss on the suffering that they fucking experienced, that they use to justify doing anything that is a war crime, because it doesn't justify war crimes. Sorry, suck a dick. Fuck you. Fuck what you've lost. Fuck who you are. Fuck what you're going through. You can't get so upsetty spaghetti and butthurt that you commit war crimes. Same for my side. Okay, and if you're like, well, it seems like it's unnecessarily hampering, then you don't even understand how fucking war is fought. You just think that actually the West's tactics are legitimate when we're doing war crimes, just our cause isn't, which makes you a fucking moron. Like, you're the worst possible person because you'll convince nobody of value to fight for you and nobody of value to fucking like vote for you. You're a political fucking dead end. Oh, God, I just popped my arm. Tyler, you can't kill a pretty lady. Sure. The typist on base getting clipped and bleeding out while screaming mods. I mean, probably. Who cares if she's a cog in the logistic machine, which enables the genocide? She is so soft and lovely. I mean, I think it's a waste of time hyperfixating on it when there's other stuff to do. I think that the Klein family of products has been sufficiently attacked, and at a certain point, you're wasting ammo. You're over pulverizing the target, right? It's gone. It's dead. Move on. I think that we're really rapidly approaching the, like, can we chill on the fucking H3 front? Because it's just like cringe. It's like you are. And they'll adapt to it to make you look like a fucking asshole. You can only hit somebody in the face so many times before they eventually figure out a good counterpunch to it. Yeah, it felt good and you won the first 100 times, but when you finally turn around after getting fucking judo flipped and go like, I remember when this used to work. You guys used to love this. No one's going to go like, oh no, fucking great job. Good job, you. Good. No, that was cool. I can't believe that judo flip doesn't count. TikTok IDF girls. Oh my God. Fucking op. Speaking to my own heart. Napoleon might have been a brilliant tactician, but he never went through Metro hardcore 24/7, 3,000 tickets. what are you doing today? I'm going to go and I'm going to throw C4 upstairs. Like, why? Because that's all I want to do. Are you going to go on objectives and stuff? No. As a matter of fact, I will seed objectives just to keep it going. Why? Because I want to throw C4 upstairs. What stairs? You know which ones. You know exactly which ones. Are military-age veterans never valid targets? No, they're civilians. Veterans are civilians. Civilians are not valid targets. Bwomp. Civilians are not valid targets. Are they fighting right now? If you start... This is... God. It's terrorist language. This is why Hassan's community is dog shit. They're stupid people. I know it's going to be like, Tyler, you're a veteran. Are you afraid? No. Unironically, if somebody tries to come and fuck with me, I'm going to skin you like a deer in the hot-ass Kentucky sun. Don't fucking challenge my shit. In Minecraft. Civilians are civilians. Somebody that was in the military is a civilian now. Can they get tried for stuff that was in the military? Yes, but they're no longer a reasonable military target. Military target is based on, okay, I am being attacked. Why am I being attacked? Because they have these capabilities. Okay, what are you allowed to attack? Their ability to employ and use these capabilities. Starting maximum amount of ability at the smallest scale and decreasing massively outside of that. If you start permitting attacks on veterans, people who are not in the military, I'm a civilian. I'm a veteran, but that's a status that I have with the government relative to like benefits and possibly getting drafted again. It's not a military status. I am not in the military. I am a civilian, discharged. If you start permitting attacks on that, you will immediately slippery slope out to everything. Because honestly, like, you know, if you can attack a veteran, why can't you attack a poolee that isn't in yet but wants to like join? Some kid, you could attack the children that are going into a recruitment center. Why not? It's like, well, you know, he's a veteran. He already fought. Yeah, but that kid is about to become a fighter. Technically speaking, your bullet is better fired in that direction, literally. This guy's done. He's old. He's fucking washed up. That's a young person that's about to become what he was, right? That's where it goes. It's not like a slippery slope, really. We just see that throughout history, that once you start permitting attacks outside of uniformed service members, then it just never ends. You start attacking their families. You start attacking people up the chain of command that would actually be able to end the war before they can end the war because you want to keep it going. You start assassinating heads of state and shit. And you start fighting so far outside of the circuit that you don't do anything of value. This is why Hamas is worthless. Like, understand, like, Hamas is stupid as fuck. I piss in the fucking eyes and skulls and mouths of every Hamas fighter. They are worthless because they are so up their own fucking asses about what they think is permissible because of what they went through that they'll never achieve anything. Same thing for IDF soldiers. They're just as fucking bad. They just happen to be better equipped. This is why the fucking situation isn't a quagmire. It's because people tell on both sides of this thing their fucking particular brand of fighters that anything's fucking permissible because they're butthurt. And that's really what it boils down to. Well, you haven't seen a blah, 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 blah. I don't fucking care. You're butthurt. That's what it is. Fighter to fighter, former soldier to soldier. You're butthurt. You're ass mad. You're a fucking ass mad baby. And because of that, you think that anything that happens that you do is okay because you have had a bad day. What was your bad day? Oh, did your whole family die in front of you? You still don't get to rape anybody, dumb fuck. You still don't get to fucking attack children. You don't get to fucking murder wives and husbands of fucking combatants. It's stupid. You're stupid as fuck. You're just going to prolong the fighting forever because everyone's going to keep thinking it's okay to do vengeance until doomsday. And it becomes a death swale, a fucking permanent fucking vacuum of murder where everyone's just going, no, it's justified because I don't know if you heard, but 17 Thursdays ago, he came into my bathroom and shit in my toilet. They upper decked me. And 15 years before that, I went into his fridge and stole all his mustard. But I only did that because 10 years before that, he saw me on the playground and said I had fat legs. That's all it boils down to. You can switch out every fucking sob story you've ever heard. Because a lot of this shit is like fake to y'all, motherfucking Westerners. It's crazy. You're just like, oh, well, I saw pictures. Like, bro, I fucking smelled the bodies. Like, don't fucking. Your entire relationship to this is hypothetical. You're fake people. It's not real. Understand that. And when I'm making these standpoints, understand I'm more correct than you could ever hope to be. You're a fucking child on the internet. You're edgy fucking idiots wasting time between shifts at McDonald's. Shut the fuck up, okay? That shit is so fucking stupid. It is beyond the pale. No, nothing justifies attacking civilians. Ela Klein is not a combatant. There's nothing that justifies attacking her. Now, while she was in, yeah, sure, go ahead. She's a fucking service member. Go ahead. Pop, 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 pop. Kill every secretary. I don't give a shit. But once you're out, there's no value in killing you. It's just vengeance. That's all it is. You're just ass mad and you want vengeance. That's it. That's all it boils down to. I don't care what you're ass mad about. You're ass mad and you want vengeance. And you want to perpetuate the cycle of vengeance. All right? Now, hey, if I was in your situation where I want to do that, yeah. But you know what I'd want more? Someone to talk me out of it so that I don't do the fucking cycle of vengeance thing that's embarrassing to me when I have my fucking head on straight. Yeah, if somebody did that to my family, would I lose my mind? Yeah. And I would want someone to talk me the fuck out of it so I didn't turn into the same kind of person that did that to my family. Like, but these people, like, you think that you're fucking adults and you're not. You act like children. The people that are fighting these wars are kids. Idiot children. Morons. To history and themselves. They disgust me because they are so self-fucking righteous in their anger, and they haven't gone through all that bad of shit, okay? Everyone else has done it too. Everyone else has suffered genocide and murder and depredation all the way back to history. Not everyone is doing eternal fucking bloodshed, violence, vendettas until hell itself fucking crawls up. Well, they're defending themselves. Are they defending themselves within the laws of warfare? No. Did they kill a bunch of fucking people at a fucking concert? Yeah, well, they had a reason. See, some of those people were troops, but then like maybe some of them weren't. And we're not 100% sure because they're a pretty disorganized force whether or not anyone was sexually. Okay, so they're fuck-ups. You're a fuck-up. You're a fuck-up. You fucked it up. You had your chance. You fucking wasted it. I don't give a shit. I don't fucking care. I don't have to care about people that fucking commit war crimes. I don't. Because I'm not. I did it. I'm not a fucking war criminal. I get to judge you. Yeah, we're part of the same fraternal brotherhood of dipshits who are only good for fucking hurting other people. Congratulations. Welcome in. Actually, your cause isn't that special and no one fucking cares when they're here. No one gives a fucking shit about your stupid little cause. Did you follow the rules? Yes. Did you fucking live with honor? No? Well, then fuck you. You're not as good as me. Doesn't matter that your cause is different. You're not as good as me. You're not as valuable. You did the thing. You're bad. Go fuck yourself. That's it. That's it. I don't care. I don't care. I don't care what some fucking Californians, some New Yorkers, some fucking American fucking rich kids playing pretend on the internet, how bad they feel about what they saw in a photo. Oh my God, did you feel bad? Wow. Well, I guess you can just say that anyone can do anything because you had a bad feels. Tough being white and having access to the internet, isn't it? I'm black. Oh, okay. Well, shit. Everything changed for you now, didn't it? Wow. Oh, are you Palestinian? Oh, wow. Fuck. Yeah, it changes. No, it's okay. You felt bad. You can do anything you want now. Oh, you're Israeli? You felt bad? No, you can do anything you want now. Just whatever comes to your mind. Just any fucking Hannibal Lecter shit. Because, I mean, fuck, you felt bad because a fucking horrible thing happened? No, you should abandon your humanity and sell your soul to the devil for vengeance. You should become the worst expression of life on earth just so that you can satisfy your bloodlust. You should do that because you'll be really older and more mature by the end of it and more worthy of respect than like a 13-year-old who's just told he can't stay up and watch the Aqua Teen Hunger Force tonight. No, you're different. Oh no, I'm not having a tantrum. But my family died and I just wanted to kill civilians. Oh, okay. No, you're having a tantrum like a 13-year-old that was told that he couldn't go to sleep at time. Does it hurt to have that told to you? Because you know what the sucks about it? It's right. That's why it really sucks. You're diminishing people's lived experience and suffering. Yup. I'll do it. I hope you would do it to me. You guys ever, you know what fucking happened to me when I was a kid? Relentless. 9/11. Every day. Fucking 9/11. You know how many times I saw them fucking towers fall? Probably 1,000 before I joined the military. I saw those stupid fucking towers fall. So that dumb fuck jump out of it. People on fire, choking to death. New Yorkers crying every day in my fucking ear. What? Fucking Twin Towers. Oh, my fucking family was in Tower 1. My dad was on that plane. For days. Years. Months. Decades. And I just had to get over the fact that, like, oh, it's actually not that big of a deal. Oh, it's not? It was 9/11. Yeah. It's bad that it happened, but it's not that big of a deal. Definitely didn't justify all the shit that happened afterward, did it? No. Does it justify fucking up Afghanistan's fucking infrastructure and destabilizing Iraq for fucking 15 years and Afghanistan for 20? Just to go back to page 1 in Afghanistan? No. Actually, the cycle of vengeance was a stupid fucking idea. Actually, if we go back to all of history and listen to anyone who fought wars, they're like, yeah, the cycle of vengeance is dumb. What happened to you? Wasn't that big of a deal. Just tell yourself that. Forgive somebody. You can fucking it'll fucking kill you. If somebody's trying to fight you and stuff, yeah, fight them. Win. Win with honor. Show that you deserve to live. If you fight like a fucking beetle, if you exist like a fucking cockroach when you fight people that are fighting against you, don't expect me to give a fuck if you win or lost. You're a bad person. If the fucking Nazis would have won World War II, they would have been bad people. You know who were bad people that won World War II? Us. We were still bad people. Fucking all that shit we did to black folks and Asian folks. And fucking pretty much anyone we could get our hands on for the next 20 years. We're still bad people. Good that we stopped the Nazis. Bad people otherwise. It's a mix. Confused. Hypocritical? Maybe. I don't give a shit. Don't do bad things just because bad things happen to you. It's hard to hear. Didn't matter. Not that big of a deal. Sucks. Hardest fucking thing probably that'll ever happen in your life. If you want to stop it from happening again, based. But you don't get to just do anything that comes to your fucking mind because a bad thing happened. You just don't. You don't. You might have to be the bigger person and have the cycle of violence stop before you. That doesn't mean you have to fucking lay down and die. No. Kill if you must to live. But don't fucking start psyching yourself up in your head. You're like, oh, what about, who could I get away with killing? Because then you're just the same guys. It's actually probably justified to try to take you out. You're a fucking psycho. It would have been like killing Hitler in the cradle, right? They never let you off the fucking leash. Worst thing was happening, you didn't die in the bombing too. Because apparently you're a fucking Hannibal Lecter-ass fucking people-eating rapist. Or whatever the fuck. Like, and you feel justified because you were a sick fuck the entire time, but now you get to fucking do whatever you want because you had a bad day. No. No Joker great excuses for your war crimes. Thank you. I feel like too many people don't get vengeance consumes you. Yeah, the fucking craziest part is so many people, nothing happened to them. Their lives are so fucking isolated and distanced from any sense of conflict that they're like personally upset for people that they'll never see and things that never happened to them, that they'll justify other people doing shit. They'll sign off on other people doing shit that is just as unacceptable as the thing that happened to the first set of people. Like, what in the fuck are you talking about? Like, I was a fucking fighter, right? I was a Marine, soldier, however you want to call that, right? I was an infantryman. If I get killed fighting, I get killed fighting. If I kill somebody fighting, I kill somebody fighting. That's the trade-off, all right? That's part of having to exist in this world. States have armies, armies have soldiers, soldiers fight, soldiers die. That's fine. It really just is. I don't like it when I hear people talking about, like, yeah, my son or my daughter or whatever, if I was murdered in war, like, well, they were combatant. They died. Give them the dignity of saying they died in combat, okay? They fucking fought. They got lucky. They didn't get lucky. They died. But it doesn't, you can't stretch that out to people who haven't made that choice to fight. It's a sick, freak fucking thing to do, to drag anyone else out. Like, yeah, you're a veteran, whatever the fuck. Wait, like, when is that cut off? I mean, I could go fight again for the American military to some degree. I wouldn't be as good as me when I was 19 for sure. But, like, yeah, I could fight again. I could fucking carry a rifle. How about 80-year-old me? You know what I mean? Where do you draw the line? Why have you drawn the line there? How about 50-year-old me? Well, you could kill somebody in Recruit Depot. Maybe, sure. But can you kill them while they're being recruited? Why wouldn't you just kill some kid that looks like interested when he talks to a recruiter? How about anybody that's near a recruiter because they're permitting recruitment? They're probably a reasonable casualty. And, like, these fucking things will get signed off by these people because it's not about the perverseness and ineffective nature of the attacks. It's just I just have a blood connection for some reason to one side or the other of the argument, and I just think that my side is the glorious freedom fighters, and their side is the barbarous Huns. Right? You just read some fucking TM Codes or whatever. Read fucking Waiting for the Barbarians, okay, and realize it's about you. And it doesn't matter who you are or what you've gone through, or if you think you're on the bottom of the progressive stack and you've had every bit of suffering ever fucking poured upon your heart and shoulders and blah, 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 blah. It's about you. Sorry. It is ultimately about you. I will fight for a good cause, but not for rich pedophiles. Have you ever even fought? Do you have the ability to fight? Don't say stuff like that. You better be able to fight if you say that. I would do that. Could you? Like saying, like, I would build a house. I would build a house for Daffy Duck, but not Scrooge McDuck. And then, like, yeah, but do you know how to build a house? It's not really a valuable thing for you to say. Do you know what I mean? I wouldn't cook a meal for Hitler, but I would cook a meal for Anthony Bourdain. Would either of them enjoy your food? Maybe shut the fuck up. I mean, I could conceive of myself taking a completely different life path, being of a different disposition entirely, training my body and soul, hardening against the rigors of the world in order to fight war. But I wouldn't do it for reasons I like, and not for reasons I don't. I fucking hate that shit. It's just LARPer stuff. Don't worry, kid. You're fine. The left still thinks they can win by tweeting hard enough and boycotting Coke. It's cringe. It's cringe, cringe, cringe. Falling Down is not an operations manual for settling grievances. I have to rewatch that fucking movie again because I feel like people's takes on it are like crazy at this point, but maybe I'm wrong. The left in America should do what has proven to work historically, which is build a standing army. This will never happen. There is a standing army in America. What are you talking? What? What? Do you mean just like a militia of leftist people? I mean, they tried that with like the Black Panthers and they got clapped because there's a monopoly on violence led by the most violent state in America or the history of the world. Tyler, were you not allowed to watch ATHF? I stayed up all the time. To play as devil's advocate, what good are the rules if no one else plays by them? I say this all the time. The rules aren't arbitrary. The rules are not arbitrary. They don't confer a difficulty of existing on you. Even asking that question is already ceding the point to the people who are doing these genocides, not the people who are getting genocided. That's a point for the IDF, not for everybody else. And that goes in their direction. The point is the reason for, especially the Geneva Conventions and conventions on certain weapons and all that sort of stuff, all of these fucking warfare conventions are 99.99999% of the time offered up for and invented by people that were in the military, by military commanders and stuff, because they're just like, this is bad way. These are bad ways to fight war. They don't ankle you. They don't hamper your ability to conduct warfare effectively. The only thing they hamper is your ability to maybe do genocide. So if you're trying to do a genocide, that's the only time to really fucking complain about the law of land warfare or start rules lawyering it. Because everything else just is good. It's good for your side. It's good for the other side. Like when you look into it, I know there's the things that are the strictures that people get caught up, like specifically like, just how civilian is a civilian. It seems to be like the conversation that happens most of the time. But generally it's like, dude, you guys fucking suck at doing this shit. Do you know what I mean? Like, rules against using gas in warfare. Gas is too dangerous, more dangerous than it is effective at accomplishing anything. Like, it just makes stuff too dangerous. Nukes are bad because they irradiate everything and then it's useless. Like, you won't win. Most of the fucking rules are just like, yeah, you got to protect civilians because you will create generations of people to fight against that will hate you. You'll get peace against their fathers that you defeated, and then they will rise up to kill you again 20 years later. If you don't follow the rules of war, not because they're like some Western invention. I think I've heard Bad Empanada talk about this, and I don't think he knows what side the bullet comes out of a rifle with. You know what I mean? I don't think he can do a push-up. I would be shocked to find out that Bad Empanada can do a single push-up. I've seen his body. I don't know if he can hold it straight while he's in push-up position. I think he might not have the abdominal strength for that. Is that why he has to get, he's got his fucking online ladies, right? But the point is it makes war harder to win and peace impossible to persist. So anybody that's against these things, even remotely for a second, assume that their motives are the worst possible motives. Treat them poorly, because there is nothing that you can violate in the laws of war that I've ever seen that would make your life easier in the long run. They just let you conduct war in a sloppier way. They let you be lazy. They let you be stupid. They let you be violent. They let you be cruel. They let you be immiserating to the people around you. But they do not let you win easier. They do not make it the path to victory shorter or more stable. Like, frangible bullets are bad bullets, right? The bullet goes and it explodes inside you, explosive round for a person, right? They're not better bullets. They're more expensive to make. They're less trustworthy on firing. And the wounding effect they have wounds people, sure, but not sufficiently enough that it is better than just killing the person with the second cheaper round that you fire. It's better to just shoot someone. The injuries are also not so severe that they eclipse the capability of the knockout of like shooting somebody in the fucking clavicle in the middle of a goddamn battle. Like, yeah, you shot him in the clavicle, and then that guy got hit with a frangible, and it blew his clavicle and just gave him a gigantic fucking scar. His wounds, he might not survive, but if he does, he's going to have a horrible fucking cavity inside of him that's going to be a difficulty for the rest of his life that he's never going to get over. This guy might be able to be fixed. Both of them are out of the fight for the fight. In either way, you've achieved the same thing. But for this guy, you just spent extra money to be cruel to him. There's no value in this. It is just cruelty for cruelty's sake. You're a freak. You're a bad person. You're the people that we should be killing, is really the case. Like, if you see people arguing against the rules, the laws of warfare, they are the people you should be killing, because they are the ones that are worth dying. It's worth it to make them die so you can live in a world without them. That's the point. So, I will go hard. Anyone that says, oh, no, they're an ankle, they're slowing us down, only some people follow them. Yeah, the only people that follow the laws of war are good people. They're the only ones worth winning. Every person that violates them, that argues to work around them, oh, they're too fucking onerous, they make life too hard for me. Oh, the other side doesn't follow them, so I shouldn't have to follow them either. Kill that person. They should just die. They are the devil. The devil is on both sides. There is no such thing as a cause that is so just the devil can't fucking walk amongst your ranks and wear a uniform. There is none. There never has been one. There never will be one. There never is a person, a cause, a nation, an issue, a faith that is so just that you can't have fucking demons walking in amongst your ranks that will just fight to hurt people, like, for no good reason other than the maximization of cruelty, because there's just sick fucks amongst us. And once you start seeing that, that person is not for your side. They're not for your cause. And if your cause is just, they will unjustify it. Literally. Look at Russia right now. No matter what they manage to get away with, they've helped build a strong national identity for Ukrainians and destroyed any chance of peaceful coexistence. Yes, like, for sure. And understand, every time Hamas has done one of their stupid atrocities, their terrorist movements, all that stupid stuff, they set themselves back. They set themselves back despite what's happening to their people. They did that. One of the reasons it was hard to fucking get people on the Palestinian side for so long after October 7th was people like Frogan saying that it was a good thing that it happened. Like, this is what a revolution looks like, Like, you're killing civilians. What are you talking about? because the knee-jerk reaction to killing civilians is always good. It's always a good thing. So it's like, oh yeah, well, Hamas, yeah, it's probably going to be really bad for the Palestinians. Hamas are some pieces of shit. Fuck them. And then the Israelis did the same thing to Hamas as Hamas did to them, which is just a series of horrors. And no matter how bad the Hamas thing was, when you see other people just killing civilians, the human in you goes, you're bad. And when they don't stop, you go like, wow, you're the worst possible thing. And that's why people get mad. You get mad like, oh, both sides, da 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 da. But it's like the conflation of Zionism with Israel on the one side is bad, but also the conflation of Hamas with Palestine on the other side is also like an oddity, because people are sort of like, oh, you just hate Palestinians. And it's like, I think people hate Hamas. Like, it's fine to hate Hamas. Hamas is bad. They sucked at their job. They're fucking dog shit at it. They can get got. I don't care. Like, if every fucking Hamas fighter was actually caught and it ended this shit and then they all got the fucking pill, okay, fine. I like, my heart does not go out to them. There's nothing. They're a bad organization. They're dog shit at fighting. They haven't done anything to actually fucking help the Palestinians. It seems like their entire existence is engineered to fuck over Palestinian people, in my opinion. The hardest thing for me to like say like, okay, what's going on over here, and like I want to be supportive of anything, is just like, all right, well, how supportive are these people of this Hamas organization? This fucking people are stupid as fuck. Hamas is dog shit at what they do. Fucking what? You just killed like a bunch of people at a fucking music festival. They're terrorists. Oh yeah, but they have. I don't care about the history. You killed civilians. You stupid fuck. You're not justified in doing that. Well, they killed civilians. Okay, yeah. Well, so what? You guys are the same then? You like understand that? Like, okay, so you're just like them. No, we're not just like them. Let me just start reading from a book about shit that happened 10 years ago. Like, I don't care about that. And no one should. And like being supportive of that mentality is what makes you look like a stupid cunt. And it's why a lot of these people that are in the online left are bad for Palestine and Palestinian life in general. And why I say like all these pro-Palestine activists are stupid as fuck. They're just dog shit. They're dog shit. Like, oh, well, I don't know. Don't you think that fucking Hamas has a point? No. No, I don't give a shit what their justifications are for the thing that's unjustifiable. It's the cool thing about an unjustifiable action is I don't have to listen to anything you say. Because all I have to do is believe that the action is unjustifiable, and then when you do it, I can say, go fuck yourself. Kind of a cool thing when you actually like, this is like, people, Tyler, you're a war criminal. Like, no, you guys are like actually stumping for war crimes all the time. You just think your cause justifies war crimes. You're the thing. Fucking morons. What the fuck is happening in chat? What is happening in chat? I live in a toiletless shed with one outlet and a hose outside, homeless, stealing food. Effectively helping means social groups and seeing how you can advocate, protest, inform, or help. Lauren Southern's book and lawsuits prove Destiny sleeps with orbiters, and you think Destiny tried to topped Avash and Hassan, and that's why he hates them? Not English. I gotta say, Tyler's monologues hit twice as hard as some Thelonious Monk backing him. I've got to listen to your thing, PR. I'm sorry. I've been busy. I want to give it the attention it's due. Yeah, taxpayer money is going to pay for my training, but college, you can't pay with tax. I hypothetically know how to build a house. So you would really be against total war bombing campaigns? I agree with that. It's really terrible. Yes. Yeah. I think that the way that we fought war in World War II was stupid. I mean, we figured that out after the fact. I think people thought it would do a thing and it would be the less of two evils, or at least they convinced themselves of that, and it was clearly not the case. Firebombing of Dresden was against Nazis, still wasn't effective, so no real reason to do it. Do you know what I'm saying? Wasting munitions on civilians who are providing at best a tangential assistance to the state to let the state continue its actions it's insane. I mean, at that point, when you attack civilian centers because the civilians are like maintaining the ability for the war to continue, you might as well burn the forests so that they can't process oxygen for people. You should poison, by that default, you should poison every ocean that's near them because the fish can go to them. Do you get what I'm saying? Like, You should cloud the skies and burn the sun away, destroy the moon because it provides some aid to your enemy. You don't stop going. Like, you can't attack civilian centers in order to break the war machine, because the war machine is part of a state apparatus that has to be attacked, right? The civilian center would be a civilian center in peace as well as in war. It is the same thing. It doesn't change. Those people would be making food for the apparatus that's happening within a state, right? Or within whatever, however you want to organize it. They would be making food. They would be providing industrial expertise, labor, that whole deal. But like, they just happen to be at war now. It's the same thing if they're at war and if they're not at war. They're going to be productive in that way. They don't really have an option to be productive in a non-war aspect once the war starts, because that's what they do, is they produce. And now one of the major purchasers is for this war thing. You can do boycott and stuff if you want. I think it's a waste of fucking time. I think it's stupid as shit. But like, you can't fucking kill the civilians. You can't do mass bombing campaigns. You can't firebomb Dresden and think that you're going to change anything. How do you feel about gumming up the gears of war, like civvies working in arms factories? Sabotage is okay. Killing civilians isn't. That's it. Sabotage is fine. Sabotage is non-human in its toll, or as minimally human as possible. So, if you go into a factory, right, and you sneak in there in the middle of the night and you put, like, I don't know, you put thermite in all the fucking joints, and you freeze all the machines up, and you destroy like $50 million worth of machines, and no one dies, perfect, right? If you wait until that factory is empty and you fucking bomb that factory and blow it up, fine. If you hit the factory, because the only way you can hit it is while it's in operation and a bunch of people die, worst possible way to deal with it, but it might be acceptable in the fucking, and it's like, why, in the most distasteful possible way. Anyone that's proud of that's fucking nasty, especially if there's other ways to do it. Do you know what I'm saying? And it has to be so completely worth it that, we have to have a fucking conversation about that for the rest of time, which I think is just better avoided, ultimately. Attacking the civilians on their way to work so they can't operate the machines, like blowing up their buses and stuff, war crime. War crime, raw war crime. And I think a lot of these lefties online think that that's okay, because they're stupid people. And they really just don't understand how wars are fought or won, because they are simultaneously deathly afraid of and hateful of, like, the military and people that have served. So they don't listen to anyone about how war is done or operated. They just listen. Maybe they read like a biography from somebody that won a commie revolution or some shit in the fucking mid 1900s. But when it comes down to like the books that person probably read to win, they have no fucking knowledge on it. And they're just like, no, it's just like, if you help, it's like, okay, you have the same mentality as the people that are doing the crimes that you hate. Hate to break it to you, but we're actually in a position where you're no better than them. And if that doesn't hurt, like, I don't know what to tell you. I think there's a huge chance Israel just lets Hamas do shit and discourages them to have trash justification for their own genocide. 100%, which is why I find it very weird. Very fucking weird that Hassan and any lefties are like, well, I don't know, maybe Hamas has a fucking point. Like, what did they do that was valuable? $5, Tyler, you know, my girl and I think your monologues hit twice as hard with Thelonious Monk backing you up. Jeez, thank you. So robots in the Matrix warfare? Yes, which the robots, if you watch Animatrix, justify by the humans doing it first. One of the big tension points during the hostage crisis is under the Carter administration is that his cabinet and wife were begging him to bomb Iran. Carter said he wouldn't because of civilians. Based Carter. What do you think of about all the Russian civilians who die working militarily useful production plants? I think I kind of answered that already. Keys, Super Chat, Canadian $10. Thank you very much. Thanks for answering the questions. I really like the content and your points of view. Sorry if the questions seemed weird. Haha. No, it's okay. You have to be fucking like certain on those things, because too many people try to find wiggle room in it, and it's like not acceptable. As Tyler commented on a thumbnail from Bosch that I believe is AI. I mean, if you believe it's AI, have you told anyone yet? Maybe tomorrow. I'm actually running out of time and I need to do the funny thing. It's kind of the opposite. I hated and feared the military, like you said, but I wanted to understand it somehow because I knew I was too disabled and trans to ever even think about combat. Well, I mean, as long as you fucking learn about shit. Anybody that's afraid of something and then refuses to learn about it can only be dominated by it. It will become your god. Something that you decide to hate and fear and never learn about will dominate you. It will become the god that you worship, even if you don't think that that's the case, because you won't put yourself in a position where you can ever have power over the thing that scares you the most. So lefties, online lefties especially, with their fucking... my entire life revolves around an actual ongoing military conflict that is a genocide against civilians. That's my entire life. I will do nothing remotely in regards to learning more about how military works in order to argue against it better. And then get fucking absolutely steamrolled by people that don't know anything about how the military works, how militaries are supposed to work in a fundamental sense. Like, it's not even like, oh, Tyler, are you some sort of fucking genius? You know, like, no, bro, it's basic stuff. They handed us pamphlets on this and you're just not even caught up. Much less to the fact that you don't know, like, what, like, you know, bounding is or what a post is or the difference between, like, a fort and a fob or something. You know what I mean? Like, you just get steamrolled. You don't even know what the fuck you're looking at. It's very depressing. Accurate, no emotion can more easily destroy a person than fear, other than potentially anger. Well, fear and anger. I mean, Yoda, fear lead to the dark side. Weep. Weep. Ladies and gentlemen, it's time for Bad Empanada to call out liberal Zionist Bad Empanada. Recently, it's come to my attention that Bad Empanada justifiably called out liberal Zionist Hassan Piker, a capitalist, wealthy, white man living in West Hollywood, one of the richest zip codes on earth, for his platforming of Benjamin Huss, I believe was his name. I refuse to look up the spelling of it because I am dedicated to communism, which means I don't think, I act. Okay? Because Hassan has done this thing, which we all knew, thank God, revolutionary Wunderkind, who puts Argentine über alles, Bad Empanada called him out. Unfortunately, even after this call out, Bad Empanada, a liberal Zionist, has still used his close platforming of Hassan Piker to maintain a large audience. And I think it's time for revolutionary communist Bad Empanada to call out liberal Zionist Hassan platformer Bad Empanada for his unbased and profoundly cringe takes. It's only revolutionaries like Bad Empanada who keep the fucking gears of this socialist framework, this internet network of real people, of dedicated, die-hard international workers running. And this simpering, might I say, possibly closeted, filleting of liberal Zionists like Hassan Piker in order to build their platform that this absolute animal, Bad Empanada, does, needs to be called out. And it's only someone like Bad Empanada who could call out liberal Zionist Bad Empanada. And until Bad Empanada calls out this liberal Zionist, I don't know if socialism will survive. I have clips to play. Now, the good work done by communist revolutionary, Argentine patriot, former Australian, eternal Greek, Bad Empanada, was put out here. This is the CPS chairman, Bad Empanada Live, Communist Party of the world. All right, let's go ahead and check this out. All right, Hassan Piker platformed genocidal Zionist Matt Duss, disgusting liberal piece, filthy fucking Zio piece of shit. Hassan Piker, how dare he? Has platformed genocidal Zionist Matt Duss, a name that could only be written by capitalist filth. The mother of this person could only put those fucking words together if they were going, I hope he grows up one day to know genocide. And thank God for communist revolutionary Bad Empanada for pointing out this filth. Okay. Presenting him as a worthy pundit on other issues and allowing him to promote his podcast. Disgusting. The actions of a genocidal freak. This Hassan Piker, this liberal Zionist, Hassan Piker needs to be stopped. And I say people that have platformed him, like known liberal Zionist Bad Empanada, only they can stop communist revolutionary Bad Empanada from helping us realize the revolution from his compound in Argentina. And I call on Bad Empanada today, communist revolutionary, head of the Socialist Workers' Party of Buenos Aires, why not, to call out liberal Zionists like Hassan Piker and the disgraceful liberal Zionist Bad Empanada who platformed him on liberal Zionist Noah Samson's podcast, where they raised money via a capitalist platform, YouTube, run by pro-Zionist forces in America. We need not even name them. Their presence alone in America should show that these liberal Zionists are only platforming these individuals using charity platforms loosely. Everyone knows no worker would ever give to a charity. That money belongs to the people. It is the people's money. Raising charity by live streaming using technology purchased on the backs of the global South. Bleeding dry the people, the workers of the global South, in order to further their liberal Zionist agenda. This disgusting animal, this freak, Hassan Piker, a liberal Zionist, platformed by another two liberal Zionists, Noah Samson, and I spit to even think his name, Bad Empanada. And I know right now only communist revolutionary socialist people of the world leader, Bad Empanada, can call out Bad Empanada for his platforming of liberal Zionist Hassan Piker. And if he doesn't, we may be doomed. I will read more of this statement from our esteemed leader, our wondrous party head, our chair of information and moral unity, Bad Empanada. Matt Duss thinks Palestine liberation is akin to Nazi blood and soil nationalism. Disgusting! Nodded along as Bill Maher said all Palestinians are pedophiles. How can anything short of re-education via Makarov be enough? Constantly spreads the Hamas mass rape blood libel. Who would be surprised to find out otherwise? Spread the 40 beheaded babies hoax. Disgraceful. Thinks the genocide of tens of thousands of Palestinian children is not as bad as Putin in Ukraine. The tear I just cried, I cried for the party that is being bled dry by these liberal Zionists, these freak, filth, pedophile fucks. Animals, demons, creatures who deserve not even a name to be carved into the tombstone that we will not erect over the grave we will force them to dig. Liberal Zionists. Thinks that being anti-Israel is Jew hate. The words alone, having said them, sit in my mouth like the offal of a pig. There is nothing acceptable here aside from a full apology and denouncement of this genocidal racial supremacist by Hassan Piker. I agree. The people's chair has spoken. What else would be sufficient? I think we know. Thank God for the mercy. Thank God for the mercy of party chair, head of moral solidarity and intellectual unity, Bad Empanada, because I think some of us who are less merciful in these lower levels would have a little bit more to say about this than he did. Thank God, if it exists, for Bad Empanada for showing such mercy on this person. And I say today, may God strike down liberal Zionist Bad Empanada when communist revolutionary Bad Empanada finds him and makes him come to answer for his disgusting platforming of Hassan Piker. There is nothing acceptable here aside from a full apology. I think there's other things, but we won't say them because we need only have in our hearts a belief, a faith in our dear leader to push us forward. Denouncements of this genocidal racial supremacist by Hassan Piker, a racist himself, who has, and I cannot say it enough, platformed known racist, Zionist, Israeli genocide supporter, Bad Empanada. I don't want anyone who follows him here anymore if he doesn't do so quickly and without caveats. And I say that is the minimum, the bare minimum. But I need not speak just for myself. I need not just air my agreements with the party chair himself as he denounces, first, liberal Zionist Hassan Piker, and second, the one I really want to see, liberal Zionist Bad Empanada, brought into the fold by this demon and his cohorts, Sean DeBlack, overzealots, Noah Samson, liberal Zionists all. Because where is the condemnation coming from them? Where is their condemnation? Is not the stained hand that shakes yours the hand that stains? When you remove your palm, does the blood of Palestinians not streak your fingers as well? Every person who is on those platforms, and I might say as this, genocidal, sociopathic freak, West Side Tyler, a known American imperialist, was also on this program. And yet, no disavowals. Even though they were promised by known liberal Zionist Bad Empanada, by liberal Zionist Noah Samson, they never arrived. What is it we're to suspect? What is it we're supposed to see in this? I think party chair, revolutionary head of the People's Party of a United Earth Workers Emirate, Bad Empanada, is the only person that can guide us forward here. And I demand, nay, beg, he disavow these liberal Zionists, especially known liberal Zionist and platformer of Hassan Piker, Bad Empanada, lest we be left in the dark to wander eternally until capital's yoke finds our throats once again. I have clips that I'm going to show. Unedited clips.
I think you're looking for...
This is liberal Zionist Hassan Piker being platformed by liberal Zionist Bad Empanada, speaking down against socialism. Disgraceful.
I think you're looking far too much into the future with that rhetoric, because I'm not even thinking about fucking socialism right now, and people think I'm like a radical communist terrorist. Like,
An
I'm not thinking
interloper.
about any of that shit right now.
He
There's
admits
so many
it
more
now.
Immediate concerns.
He admits it now. On screen with known liberal Zionist, genocide, blood-handed, blood-fisted demon Hassan Piker. He admits it. He's not thinking of socialism. This liberal Zionist, this anti-worker filth, the only person who can call this Bad Empanada out on his disgraceful platforming of this person and his insane, psychotic statements, which he said directly and are not in any way, shape, or form clipped out of context, is to have our party chair disavow this person. Where is Bad Empanada when we need him? To disavow liberal Zionist. Sorry. If I cry for the people. Bad Empanada. I hate to say this, but there's more.
U.S. is the belly of the beast. It's hard to do this. I don't think that's true at all. For one, until Trump,
Liberal Zionist Bad Empanada, platforming known genocide denier and supporter Hassan Piker, a man who would bring Matt Huss into the fold to speak to people with his own disgusting face, a face that has looked genocide in its face and said, hey, you're pretty familiar, and I like that. To sit here and say America is not the belly of the beast, that the global north, the extracting demon, that has pillaged and ruined this planet, to say it is not the belly of the beast, this liberal Zionist Bad Empanada must be stopped. And the only person to call them out is Bad Empanada himself. May he return to us in time.
U.S. is the belly of the beast. It's hard to do this. I don't think that's true at all. For one, until Trump, the U.S. had the best free speech laws in the entire world, pretty much.
This is propaganda that may be Jewish. It feels Jewish in origin. As a Bad Empanada viewer, I know when I see some, well, we'll say Zionist propaganda to suggest that the United States of America is not the belly of the beast, that the United States of America has the best free speech laws of anything, is treason to the workers. To suggest for a second that America, an extractive power that abuses not only the workers of the global south, not only the workers of the world, but the workers of its own bosom, beats them, berates them, deprives them, cheapens their existence, and to suggest that their so-called First Amendment right, which they can't even use, is somehow better than anything else that exists on this earth. The kind of liberal propaganda only a pro-Zionist freak like Bad Empanada could utter. Of course, sitting aside, known liberal Zionist, genocide denier, genocide supporter, Hassan Piker. It's not too surprising to see. And though I can do what I can to highlight these accurate and not even remotely taken out of context clips, the only thing I can do to push this forward, is to show you what it is. But we need to pray to the spirit of Joseph Stalin himself, that our revolutionary leader, our king, our Argentine uniter of people, our Khaleesi, Bad Empanada, come down from the moon or wherever he is and denounce liberal Zionist Bad Empanada for the anti-revolutionary filth he is.
You can say basically anything. That's a great environment for that sort of thing. It's a really good environment for that.
A great environment. The United States of America.
You have your voice here in the party already. AOC is there for you. Bernie is there for you. They're already fighting for you.
To hear this filth, this tripe, come from the mouth of any supposed revolutionary, this 100% accurately clipped, contextualized cut, I can't believe it. I cannot believe it. To have this liberal Zionist say that our voices are represented by these failed puppets of the Israeli electoral system in America, paid, bought, bargained, and traded for by IPAC, a Jewish organization. to say for a second that they represent the will of the worker. Death alone, my friends. Death alone, if I be the judge and jury as I demand I be. But I cannot, because this party is held and led and ushered, shepherded even, by one man who possesses a depth of charity and mercy beyond what I could ever hope to rise to. Bad Empanada. And it is on him to call out this coward, this freak, this propagandist, this liberal pawn, Bad Empanada, who engages in such disgusting and disgraceful rhetoric with known genocide supporter, platformer of murderers, Hassan Piker. No worker will pay any attention to the slug at the bottom of the screen right now.
You have your voice here in the party already. AOC is there for you. Bernie is there for you. They're already fighting for you. You don't have to do that much yourself. You know, maybe you can go to the protest yourself. Maybe you can do something like that. You have your...
Disgraceful. I think we've seen all we need to see of these completely accurate, 100% unedited clips. And that said, together as workers, I think it's time for us to unite and beg Bad Empanada to denounce the disgusting, war crime enjoying, APAC, bought and paid for, Palantir operative, Zionist, liberal shill, Bad Empanada. Thank you, people. Thank you for your time. And let us pray for a better tomorrow. I kept it together pretty well through that. Come on. Was it a fun segment? Was it fun? Eye rolls like I'm going to be a part of the presentation. Amen. May God give Bad Empanada and his noble followers the strength to take on Bad Empanada and his pack of sycophants. It's so fucking true. When I heard Khaleesi, my ears vomited for a second. Based. Oh my God. This feels like Tyler is DDoSing my brain. Oh my God. Let's see. What were you guys saying? I had to completely ignore chat to get that out. Funger mentioned. Did I say something about Funger? I knew Bemp was a Zionist. Excuse me, what the fuck? Liberal Zionist. Bad Empanada did say that. I mean, he said it a number of times. It goes back and forth. It wavers in and out, right? What is this incestual hyper-reality in which a sentence like that is possible? Oh, somebody else has been watching Elephant Graveyard. I see. RIP socialism with panda characteristics. Panada characteristics. Protest group Palestine Action got put on the terror list in the UK for vandalizing fighters in an RAF base. I mean, it's better than going to jail for treason, technically speaking, but that's a good move. Yeah, you don't get to not go to jail, by the way. Oh my God. Oh, I can't even read that out. That's gonna kill my brain. Tyler's doing satire. I don't know the people enough to recognize their speech patterns. Man's bringing Starship Troopers into this. What the fuck was I saying? Oh, United Earth stuff. Okay, yeah. The snake is eating the tail of the snake that is eating the tail of the snake. Milk inside a bag of milk inside a bag of milk inside a bag of milk. I heard Noah Sampson and platformed, also known war criminal Westside Tyler. Don't burn my fucking jokes before I get to him. I had a clip of me up here, but I decided to bail on it. The bit was too long. It was too long. Why is there a civil war in pro-Hamas activist Ethan Klein, Hassan, and BE? It makes no sense. Is it Sean Black, who is also actually black? I believe so. I thought it was a lady. I thought it was Shonda. You're like, you need to start watching Shonda Black. Like, who the fuck is Shonda? No, I'm just kidding. I was reading it. I can't even get away with that. Only an author can spew like this. Hey, go buy my books, westsidefairytales.com. Don't take this the wrong way, but you could be a great Goebbels in a movie. I could be a great anything in a movie. I'm talented. Okay. I don't think I could be a Goebbels, though. Isn't like he's like... I always get him and I think Himmler confused. They always have the same stupid glasses, but wasn't he... He was like extraordinarily like stick figures, right? Wait a minute. Can we even trust Bad Empanada? Have we ever seen him in the same room as Bad Empanada? Questions abound. Tyler, you need to read the new copy pasta in Politics General. It's going to have to wait till tomorrow because we're wrapping up the show. If Bemp doesn't respond to this, it means he literally went to Israel and shook Netanyahu's weird hand and kissed it. It's true. You thought I was winding down? No, I was trying not to laugh. I had to keep holding my breath. I watched the Elephant Graveyard video all 5 times. It was shared in the Discord. I think I accidentally watched it twice. Tyler, did you get your name from Westside Gun? No, but every time I try to fucking look something up about myself, I get sucked over to Westside Gun. The Tyler, the creator, Westside Gun apparently work together, so now I can't find my name ever. And I'm like searching for like my fucking website. Oh my god. No, I'm from the west side of Cincinnati. My old podcast is called West Side Fairy Tales because it's a horror podcast, and that's where I'm from, and that's it. Okay, folks, that's it. We're winding up. You guys didn't make enough money for this week, Cheeks Camera. I'm sorry to say it. But we banged it out. 4 segments under 5 hours. That's actually under 4 hours. That's actually pretty crazy. I'm going to be boogieing on out of here. I'm hungry. I want to eat some hummus. And, yeah. I'm working on some more video essays. I think Cruelty Squad is, like, taking my mind over right now. I want to write about Cruelty Squad and nihilism. So I'm going to do that. And then maybe... It should be pretty cool if I could get that out like late next week or something. So I might be taking some time off to work on that. Not really taking time off. I'm just going to not stream and then do that. But also I might stream. Don't know. I've got to put out videos so the channel doesn't die. Because I haven't put out a video on this channel in a week. Because I was too hyperfixated on something else. Also, for some reason the color grading is correct. It looks like on my camera today. So whatever the fuck. I guess I jogged and it fixed me. Who knows? Share the stuff. Go ahead, check out my video essay on Hassan and them. I've got to put out a video relative to that. No, I am streaming tomorrow. I know. I might not stream Thursday, but I am streaming tomorrow. I've got to cover this rabbit thing, and I had something else brought up. If somebody wants, whatever the fuck that Vosh thing, I haven't talked shit about Vosh in a while, so hit me with that Vosh show. Is anybody live right now that I care to drop into? Oh yeah, I'm going to be covering the Dark Romance Con. Weird shit. I don't know. It sounded interesting. It might be kind of up somebody's alley. So we'll be checking out that. I more so meant your name's West, but you're from the East. I mean, everybody's from the East if you go far enough. Where do we find Rainbow Asphalt? Nowhere yet. Ugh. Nowhere at all yet. I've got to put that in the last like 8 songs I've fucking made on the channel. But if you want to check out Southside Tyler, that's where most all of the music is. And if you subscribe to it, there's music that's not there yet. It will eventually arrive. So I've got to make a bunch of shorts tomorrow to spam to Twitter and TikTok and all that shit to try to tease people into watching the video essay. Go check that out on Eastside Tyler. Have a good time. God tier meltdown in the Discord general. Okay, I'll check it out. But all that said, folks, you've been watching Westside Tyler. Follow me on Blue Sky, I guess, and Twitter. We have a Patreon. I'm supposed to shill that now. We have a Patreon. As I adapt going into version 2, the Patreon's gonna start getting like video essayist Patreon stuff. So that's where I'll start putting up some like previews and maybe like some script chunks and all that sort of shit. Bam. So yeah, hit up the Patreon, patreon.com/westside-fairytales. I think it's still the same old one. It might say WSF Productions LLC. So keep that in mind. You can join for free too. So if you just want to go over there and join it for free, you're not gonna fucking get almost anything, but you can see it. And if I start updating it regularly, then you'll go like, oh, maybe. So I'll go check it out. But yeah, I'm on Blue Sky, Westside Tyler. I might start using Twitter. I don't think I will, really, but like I might. I only have it on my desktop because it's a fucking just sadness machine if you're not there, you know? And I'm on Instagram, so follow those other places. I've got to start promoting this shit on my own because can't just rely on the fucking algorithm for everything. So check all that stuff out. Share my clips, share my links to subreddits, all that sort of shit. Bother people with me. I don't care. If they get upset, then they'll come and whine at me about it. Can also talk about certain video games, maybe. I don't know. And should be going live in about 2 hours. That's not quite close enough. But yeah, go check out Anthony Gramuglia tonight. All that said, folks, you've been watching Westside Tyler Live. I've been Westside Tyler Bell. I'll be back tomorrow, 1 p.m. Hopefully for another more clipped to the point stream. And until then, until next time, as always, stay safe out there.